What's going on, everybody? How is everybody doing tonight? Let's go ahead and kick the music on. There we go. Let's see, my mic is on. Music, where you at? Of course you're not working, because it was working before, but now it's not. There we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Please let me know in the comments if you guys can hear me, see me okay, if the music's not too loud, if it is too loud, whatever it might be. Let's get that stuff over with so we can move on. So let me check to make sure we're live. Yep, we are live. I think everything's loading kind of slow. Everything looks green down there though. Sounds good. Okay, cool. Thanks, Jeff, Truggy, Benjamin, Stu. So how's everybody doing? What's everyone up to? Anything cool happening? I feel like it's been a while. I guess it's been a week. I haven't been able to do multiple streams, so what can I say? I miss everybody, I guess. So, a few things to cover today. Hey, Mr. Ed. A few things to cover today. One, we're going to cover this thing, the updated Qidi Tech X-Plus 3. I've been waiting for this for a while. Jeff, you are just rocking all these awesome builds, man. The Mercury 1 parts are printing. Yeah, man, I might do it at some point. I don't know. We'll see. I have so many builds. Hard to even keep track of. FedEx says my X-Plus 3 arrives tomorrow morning. Nice. Well, this is a very timely fashion then. So let's just touch upon that whole thing, right in the beginning. Smart 3 comes tomorrow. Nice, all these awesome printers. Hey, Renovic. So I have had the original Qidi Tech X-Plus 3 since they debuted it. I got it a little bit early, got to play with it. And, you know, as you guys all probably know, everyone that's in here probably knows, they ran into some problems. I didn't have them as bad in the beginning as some of the other reviewers, but then problems started creeping up, and I took it out of my printing order and stopped using it for a little while. And then, you know, Qidi Tech stepped up. They gave some of my subscribers and followers and, you know, people in my Discord half or full refunds, including warranty. They didn't have to ship machines back. That was a huge step up. They took the printer off market to work on it, which was awesome. And in that entire time frame, I can't speak for anyone else. I actually haven't really talked to anyone else about this, but as in like other content creators, but they were sending me all kinds of things. I think I'm on the 3rd or even 4th hot end revision, which from what I understand is the final one. We're going to find out which one is in there. The leveling sensor is updated in mine. And then I run a completely custom clipper configuration, so I can't speak on their clipper config, but I really did not like working in their original clipper config. That's just personal taste, right? That's the point of open source clippers. You can go in there and change stuff. So I'm definitely running my own config on there and running those updated parts. And since then, I have been using the machine. You can tell it's on. I was just printing some ABS. Everything works really well as long as you heat the chamber up, and I like to give it about 15 minutes. Usually what I do is I turn the printer on and I tell it to heat the heating element to 45 degrees, the chamber to 45, because for whatever reason they said 45 max in an email at one point and I never went higher. So I just do the chamber to 45, the bed to 100, and then the hot end to 150 until I need it, and then I go to 260 or 255, whatever I print ABS or ASA on. And it sits there for like a solid 15 minutes while I slice, find the files, whatever I might need. You actually don't notice that. But since doing it that way, I haven't had any problems. It's been great. So it's going to be interesting to find out what they did here to resolve that heating cooling issue, because it only, in my experience, it only shows when you're trying to change a filament quickly, or if you don't heat the temp or don't heat up the chamber and just start to print. That's when you start running into those Z issues and leveling issues and whatnot. So as long as you preheat soak the old machine, technically you're fine. So I'm excited. So hey Randy, how are you? So I'm hoping this one has all of those things plus more. I saw some photos of there being like a bar on the bottom and a metal chassis on the bottom, which is cool. You know, we'll take a look at some of the other stuff, see if they changed any electronics and whatnot. So I think that kind of thing will be kind of interesting. But just doing a brief search earlier today during lunch, it looks like everyone that's putting out videos right now on it is calling it like redemption, best machine, all this and that. So you know, I'll likely do some testing and we'll keep going from there. Started ABS today. Nice. It's going great. Customer service upper class. Yeah, so far I have nothing but the nicest things to say. I can say that in my experience, I think I know only one or two other brand that has ever backed me up to any degree. One is 3D Max, and I'm in a printer company. So yeah, I definitely am willing to give them, you know, tries when they mess up, because they say that they did and then they try to work it out. And the fact that they were giving full refunds, obviously with no warranty, but you don't have to ship the machine, or partial refunds and you keep the warranty of the machine, that to me just alone is amazing. And then now they fixed it. So one thing, you know, I kind of hope is, because there's a warranty, if you didn't take the full refund or you didn't get any refund for whatever reason, I'm hoping that you could still get these updated parts. And honestly, I have no idea. I just hope that that happens. Wish it kept the inductive on the X-Max. They put a BL touch in it. I did see that. You know, as much as I want to agree, Jeff, I've had really good luck with like physical touch sensors, and I would prefer them, honestly. You know, I have an optical, what is it, Omeron or whatever it is, in this Trident, and the leveling in this Trident has been better than any other machine that I own. I took away all the switches, so yeah, you know, I'm sure optical is good, or inductive. But the physical touches, you know, I guess they can get bent and whatnot. They both have their weaknesses. I'm okay with whatever. Hey Serge, how are you? Love my X-Max 3. It's done great with polycarb and CF nylon. Nice. I haven't actually printed CF nylon in a while. I have a bunch. I should probably get that out. Before I do CF nylon, I want to do PETG though. Hit 105 today. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. Hey, it's gonna be a wonderful day. Look at this. It's a musical entry when you come in, Papa. Welcome to the chat. As always, well, not as always, I shouldn't say that, but today we have a Filament sponsor for a giveaway, 3D Max. You can jump in. Just gonna point everywhere. Right over here in the top of the chat, there is a pinned comment. It will bring you to something that looks like this, where you can go ahead and enter for a chance to win a roll of PLA Plus from 3D Max. I will be choosing someone at the very end of the stream. I don't know when that is. Usually around 12 is when this thing ends. So right around that time is when I pick. You have to be present and you have to be in the United States to win. And I will see both your email address and your location when we choose a winner. And if you're not present at the time, I'll have to just choose a different person. No big deal, but you know, that's how we're gonna play the game today. You need to print PETG first print. I'm scared. Now I need to print some yellow. Actually, you guys might see it already. Come on, camera. Here, let's remove the chat. Look at that. Look what I got up. I put this up this morning. I was taking the kid to camp, and it was a little bit later than normal. I had some time, so I put up my little mini what's it called, wall. So I still have a bunch of things to add, and some like disappointments, like the glue thing's actually too big, so I have some more to print. I really actually liked these just regular poles or whatever they're called. Here, let me move the chat again. I don't remember what these are called, but for tape, so I want to print some more. This, which I originally printed for markers, ended up working really great for my little mini set of files that just make cleanup, you know, easy. Just all kinds of little things here. If you guys have any suggestions for specifics to these, I'd really appreciate it. I actually find these, I don't remember what they're called. I don't remember what they're for even. I think they're for scissors, but I'm finding that you could just put whatever in them and they're nice and convenient for large objects, so that's cool. But yeah, I have a whole thing that I want to kind of eventually shove on here, so I'll be printing more and going a little lower, which I didn't anticipate at first. I honestly thought this would have been plenty, but I'm happy I finally got that from the floor over there. Holy crap, you did it. Yeah, I did. I'm really happy about it. That's so cool. Yeah, it's very convenient, very nice. There's so many things you could do with it, and it seems to be plenty strong. Here, let me take the chat away again. I know we're not talking about the printer yet, but whatever, it's my life. No, it is level. I brought my giant level. Don't start that, Serge. No, I had my whole thing on here. But yeah, I just love how I can make it whatever I want. The one thing that's kind of iffy though is these things are very tight fitting. So like for example, these empty spots, like you see right here. Camera. There we go. There we go. Turn over here. As you see here, these flat spots, I won't be able to get that out. I'd have to pretty much remove it and get it from the back, or maybe take snips and like try to break it. So that's kind of a downside, I guess. Like some of the oh wait, not that one. We need this. Was it my left hand? I should probably remember these commands on this camera. All right, you follow me. Yep. Okay, good. But yeah, they're somewhat hard to get out. I did notice some of the other ones, like if I wanted to remove this, you kind of just press against and you wiggle side to side or up and down. Let's see if I can do it. I must have really pushed this one in there. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So you can remove it just by wiggling it, which is nice. Where was this thing? Here. And the same way to put them in, you kind of just wiggle a little bit and bam, they're in there now. But that, I don't know how I'm going to get that out. But otherwise, really cool. A good tip for the active chambers is probe the bed before starting a chamber heater. The chamber should be up to temp by the second or third layer, which should be plenty fast. Maybe. I like to get the chamber hot up to temp before I print, and then I run camp and it will probe the area of where it needs to print. So I'm not sure, like I'm with certain machines I don't even plan on rushing. Especially with machines that print this fast, you're gonna make up that time in your print, especially if it's a larger print. So I'm definitely not worried about letting it warm up, especially because you can turn the machine on and have it do that while you're slicing, while you're finding the thing you need. That time goes by really quickly. Hey Quinn man, how are you? It's your boy, these questions, you always make me like think for an extra second. Fan's great. My mental, I'm really busy at work, which is a great thing. You know, disruptive ink. Physical health? Oh man, I've been eating healthy, and by healthy I mean like heavily eating. Healthy portions. Yeah, health could probably do better. I need to mountain bike a little more. I've been trying to pick it up more and more. I've been rebuilding a bunch of my bike. I just bought a whole bunch of parts for it. So I want to go fishing too. That's not very physical. I broke some honeycomb when putting the mounts in. I believe it. Wow, I have some weird chat overlay over here that's like messing up your name. Everything educational. Can't see what that says, so I'm gonna click on it. Hey, I'm just checking to see how everyone's doing. Can't stay. It's 9:15 here. Yeah, it's you know, it's pretty much the only time I can kind of get time. So I appreciate you popping in. Hey. Maybe my first time I enter 3v2 before I read the E-steps. I've not made any on my P1S. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if you print maybe out of PETG, that might be a little better. Has a little bit more give in certain situations. A lot less glass-like than PLA, you know? Maybe. I don't know. Hartley. Yeah. And your name is Stu. Hardy Stu. Hardy Har, bad joke. Anyway, I'm especially coming from a dude named Fetter. Anyway, guys, all right, let's get into this. So the first thing before I start unboxing, which, by the way, I'm going to have to do on the floor because it's obviously gigantic, but I have a camera here, so we'll try to get it working. It's still broke. Sorry, man. All right, so I wanted to just kind of look through the site, and I very briefly looked to see if there was any like main changes that I could just see, but I didn't really catch anything right out of the box. So look, this says 65C. So I don't remember what they said originally, but I remember when I was talking to them, they said don't go over 45. I think there's like a wire in the way, like where they put the bed wire, and the heater blows on it. So I guess they just want to be safe, and 45 is max on that. But 45 is perfectly fine to maintain. One of the reasons why I do it in the first place isn't necessarily to keep the temperature in the chamber, but it's to help heat everything up much faster and like equalize the temperature inside. So having it go to 65 is obviously great. Let's see, oh, did I skip one? Nope. Precision, no, they're all like that. Cool, you get the gear ratio, steadier, power, faster extrusion. I wonder why. I mean, there is a new hot end, that's for sure. It has like a sleeve in it, so maybe it has less friction. Otherwise, this is largely unchanged, except for the sensor, and we'll see which sensor they ended up going with. I've had two separate center sensors, and then one off to the side, like a little jockey, and that's the one that's in there that's working really, really well, that I'm keeping in there. Let's see, latest high-speed extruder, sure, 6x6 leveling, okay. Clipper master? Clipper master. Does that mean it's on the latest clipper now? Because that would be cool if I can install camp. You couldn't do it before because it wasn't on the latest clipper. Cortex structure, controlled temperature, okay, yep. Filament run out, all right, flexible board. So the basics here. All right, so they're in stock right now in the US, it says. Pre-order is refundable, okay. You can buy their filaments, which are pretty pricey, but I don't know much about them. Maybe someone can chime in about their filaments. Are they any good? Faster, bigger than bigger, 280, 280, 270. Yep, 280, 280, 270. High flow 35. Wow. That's pretty high. I don't have a high flow on my Voron, but I think through testing the highest I got was 17. And I thought that was pretty good. 35 is pretty obscene. 20,000. It's, crazy for little blips here and there. So far, nothing too crazy in terms of changes. I don't think any of the electronics changed, but we'll take a look. New upgrade, all metal frame. So this part right here, can I zoom in here? Here we go. Let's do this. One more? No, can't zoom any further than this. Alright, so this part on the bottom, if I recall correctly, this is plastic on mine. This whole bottom piece. And I'm not sure if it's actually metal or not. This might just be showing this thing. But this bar right here, this metal bar holding the entire Z-axis, kind of bringing both sides of the machine together, that's going to make things a lot more rigid. So that's nice. Then another thing that's changed is we have the stainless steel hollow, or are they stainless steel? Whatever. They're steel linear rods instead of carbon. I have no way of knowing why, really. My carbon ones in there are fine. I have a ton of life on that machine in terms of print time. So I'm not sure why this is a thing, like why change now, but hey, it's fine. If they work, it's fine. Typically lifetime without the need of replacement. Okay. New cooling system. Reduce the risk of clog. So this is just marketing speak. It's not a new cooling system. It's just a higher RPM fan. I asked about this because the latest I was having clogging issues, and the latest extruder that they sent me, not extruder, latest hot end they sent me came with the fan, and I was like, hey, I thought you guys did a new fan. This is still a 25mm fan. And they said that they actually chose a slightly more powerful, higher RPM fan. In fact, I tried to mod my cover, and I put a hole on the opposite side so that the fan can get slightly fresher temperature instead of just picking up from the bottom where the hot bed is. 2 sets of hot ends, okay. Dryer box, sure. No layer separation, okay. Yep. Get it. High speed printing, 15-minute benchy, 16-minute, let's say, benchy. That's true. It does print a totally decent benchy at that time. This is just showing off some prints. So I don't have their slicer. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use Orca and see how it does. If I have issues, then I'll swap over. This is showing a camera. I don't think it comes with a camera. You can add a camera very easily. Quality service. Yep, they've been in the game for a while. Yep. Priced very competitively, if you ask me. Here's all the specs for them. Okay, so that's it. So, from what I understand, everyone is talking pretty positively about this machine. It costs $700. If this does what it does, it is totally fair. It's 100% worth that price, in my personal opinion. The only thing that's kind of going against it, there's no way of doing multi-material. And Qidi Tech is known for making multi-material printers, but not any kind of add-ons. I don't know if that's ever going to be a thing. This is just geared towards repeatedly printing hotter temperature, industrial grade materials. I guess that's what this thing is for. Let me try to catch up with the chat real quick. And in my disappointment, it looks like my little Winamp screen is not working as usual. For some reason, it works before going live, and then it doesn't work as soon as I hit live. There we go. All right, let me try to catch up. I was setting up my printer. I was setting my printer to 65C for day-long prints, no problem. Oh, really? I don't know. I remember them saying 45, and I just been, unless you're talking about a new one, and I just been keeping it there. What is the board system? I'm behind. The board system. You mean like the motherboard? The motherboard is, it's an MKS board that you can't get. It's like a board partner only board, but it's close to, what's it called, a THR or something like that. Skipper, SKPR, something along those lines. It's pretty close. I'll show it when we get the machine out. Called bearing steel, I think. Something like that. I don't know. Can you check the entries? I'll DM you on Discord. Check my entries? What do you mean, Quinn, man? I can't really, my Discord's not even on at the moment. I gotta, I can't really, jump between them. I lose focus instantaneously. So let me just quickly see what you're talking. Are you referring to something specific? Because I don't see anything. There's also a coupon code you can find online easily for $50 off. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that. They did not give me one. I can save for a few minutes. All right, cool. I have a new 3-week-old X Max. Oh, right. Yeah, but it's a little bit of a different animal, different bed. There's a couple other changes, and you have the LiDAR, right, and the camera. I don't think this machine has any of that. Gleam entries. Oh, I can't really see them. I can't see them, to keep it fair. I can see them if I, dig into the Gleam entries, but, there's 17 people that are in there. I have seen your name in there previously, so I know it's working. I'm building a large Core XY 400 by 1200. Ooh, no joke. All right, let's get to this machine, right? So one thing to note. Let's do this one. One thing to note is my box. You guys see that? You see that? My box is dented in quite a bit. So this thing has clearly been dropped. And I took photos of it like that on my doorstep. But I went ahead and popped this thing open just to peek. I haven't done anything except for peek in here. I put my hand down there and it seems okay. So I don't know if it's fine, but I'm gonna assume and hope, I guess, that it's fine. No LiDAR or camera came with my machine, although plugging in a webcam, it works well. I also plugged that in a camera and it worked fine, but that's weird. I thought it came with stuff. Am I thinking of a different machine? This by the way, this little leveling card thing, I love it. I use it for all my machines now. I keep it off to the side. We have a little 16 gig USB drive, so let's take that out. UPS strikes again. Yeah, I don't remember if it's UPS or FedEx, but definitely. Oh, sorry. But yeah, definitely had some damage. In fact, I have another machine that's similar size that came also. It looked like they were playing soccer with it or something. So I also had to pop that open just to see if there's any kind of visible damage. I didn't see anything. I just want to make sure my entries are valued. They're in there. I think whenever I go in to repick a person, I can briefly, like when I unannounce a winner, I can briefly see all of the entries in there, and I've seen your name, because you tend to come in earlier, so your name's always like towards the top. Manual. Let's see what's in here. Anything of value? Okay, so this is just like the first initial instructions telling you how to unbox it essentially, and everything that it comes with. So we don't need that for now. See what the best course of action here, and holy moly, gosh, forget how ridiculous this thing is. Alright, I thought I had this camera on, but let's move it. Alright, anything of value down there? No. So the box does have corners all over it, plastic corners, cardboard corners everywhere, so that's reassuring. And we're going to really see what that's like. I mean, that box definitely got dropped on the side, like, definitely. So, the new large-size Creality machine has both LiDAR and camera. Oh yeah, the Max, yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking. I actually just started printing with the K1 again, because I haven't in a while, and it's been pretty good. You might not see it in all black, but all this is prints. It's about a full spool worth of holders for benchies, because I want to redo where my benchies are. They're still going to be there, but they're going to be on a little mini shelf. So I've been just printing those. Alright, let's get this thing unsheathed. Sorry for the sound. Off the table. Trying not to rip it. Oh, looks like I'm ripping. Oh, one thing that's different right off the bat is I see a fan on the back cover. Ooh, wow. Alright, there's like a saran wrap type of thing that's kind of holding the door on. I think, which side would it be? Would it be this side or this side that got dropped? This side right here. On the right side, you can see it got scratched a bit. We'll see if that plays a role at all. So far on the outside, looks pretty much the same. Don't see any changes yet. And I would have loved to have this thing on the desk next to the other one, but that's pretty much impossible with the size of it. What's the closest I can do? Maybe like this? There it is. Doesn't really help. Alright, let's take everything out of it first. Alright. What about this camera? If we move it. Is that a little better? I don't know. Check, make sure it's working. Yeah, we're good. Alright, let's pull out the goodies. Nice little package in there. Let's see what we got. I like that the box shows you everything that's supposed to be in there. Hey Mika, how are you? So they changed the filament that's in there. This should be a high speed printing. It says speed 200 to 400 millimeters, please. Does it say what material this is, like right on here? It says 220. I'm assuming it's PLA. I think it's PLA, but it doesn't say. It doesn't actually say PLA anywhere. Right, this is this camera. It doesn't actually say the words PLA anywhere. It just says printing temperature is 220, the net weight's 500, the diameter, print speed, and that it's made in China. Yeah, it doesn't say what it is at all. Okay. We have our, hey 3D Creations, how are you? We have a little glue stick. We have the little funky filament spool holder. We have a full-size flathead screwdriver. Why? I'm gonna take this one out of here and actually put it over here because I'll hang it on my little shelf. We have a power plug, which we will need. We have these rubber feet that I saw someone else show in their video. I don't know why, because it has rubber feet already, so there's got to be a reason. I did notice the Creality K1 also had feet like that. I'm not going to put them on yet because I'm going to be sliding the machine around here and there. Here's our second hot end. Rapid PLA. Hey, thanks, Randy. How you doing today, man? I haven't talked to you. Little single zip tie here. Let's see, where's the cam? So let's see if it's the new one. Yep, it is. So the new one has this sleeve for filament. I mean, it's got to be quite the intricate little part to put in. Very thin walls over here. And let's pull this back. We have the bimetal. Looks like we have the hardened steel here. So I'm guessing the brass is in the machine. We'll find out. Let's see what else we get. Full-size large Allen key. Oh, there's more of them. Yep, the rest of the Allen keys are in there. We have some hardware and a little fuse even. We have a 7mm nozzle wrench, which is cool. I'll take that out as well, throw it over here. Something to hang up on my little wall here, although I think I have one in there already. And a little test tube with the nozzle cleaning needles. You know what I'll do? I'll take this glue stick out too, because I'll probably print. Oh wait, I have a bunch of it. Never mind. I'm gonna say I'll probably print a thing. And this hot end I'll put back for now, but I'm gonna keep it out because I'm gonna throw that one into the machine. We have an Ethernet cable, one of these really rigid, sharp scrapers when something is just locked and loaded forever on your print. All right, box. You don't want to be closed? Well, you're closed. All right, let's keep it going. It looks like we have a little more. All right, this is the filament box that attaches to the back of the machine. I think I saw some mods that move it to the side, which is almost a requirement. On mine, I extended the PTFE tube off to the side so that I can print from the side out of filament spool holders, because going to the back on this enormous machine is just so difficult. Yep, so that's everything we need for that. I think I need this PTFE tube, don't I? Yep, I'll take this one out and put it over there. Plug that in there, so we're good there. Close all this. Since we're going to be printing PLA likely for this very first print slash test, don't need this. Put it off with my other one over there. Okay. We got the top hat. Is it the same? Yep, exactly the same. Yep, fits good. Won't need that for right now. So let's put it off to the side. Man, there was quite a lot of stuff in there, actually. Alright, nice clean bed. I like these black beds. And one of the things I always really enjoyed is the guides that are in there. They make it really easy to put that down. They go left and right and up and down, which is always nice. Alright, I guess we can get in here and start removing all these zip ties. Is that chamber fan different? Yeah, so there is a chamber fan. This thing is different. So, new things just to see, just me looking. This cable, the bed cable, usually runs on this side directly in front of the heater. And that's one of the reasons why they said keep it at 45, not 65. So it looks like they just rerouted it over here instead of here. Maybe that's something that I could do on mine very easily. Then it looks like there is an entire new fan. This fan does not exist on the old machine. And then I can't see the bottom. Oh yeah, okay, so I can confirm that the bottom chassis is entirely metal. On my old one, the bottom is all plastic. Yeah, this looks actually very different down here, which is interesting. Let's get some of this plastic out of here so we can take a closer look at everything. This we can keep. Let's get... Oh, right, they're up here now. Hey, Dum Dev, how are you? Hey, Caleb. Is 220 too hot for PLA? No, 220 when you're printing kind of fast is good. I use 220 when I'm printing anywhere over 150 millimeters per second. And this is saying printed at 200 to 400 millimeters per second. So yeah, you'd want to run that fast. I mean, you'd want to run that temperature when printing that fast. So it looks like those on top need to be like I need to lift the bed up in order to get to that. The belts do seem a little bit loose, but we'll find out. There is a built-in tensioner. But they require Allen keys. Oh, nothing crazy. Oh look, the tensioners are now installed. That's another new thing I'll show you guys in a second. They're essentially just screws. Alright, okay, so we do have, can you guys see? Let me get you guys in here. So we do have the little side sensor. Let me check mine. Yep, it's in the same spot. Cover the same? Yes, okay. So where these holes are right here, this is where the fan draws in air for the hot end. So I actually opened this up on mine. But this fan should take care of any of those concerns. But yeah, so we have the side saddle, I'm calling it. Large gear there. Let me check mine. Alright, I wonder if they fixed the fan always on situation. It's like mine right now is running with a fan on. I could easily just move that fan to a different plug and just add that to the config and have it turn on with the hot end, but I haven't done it. Same fan for the cooling, looks like. Okay, so the little back cover for the extruder itself, there's like a white back cover. It is a little bit different. On my old one, there's like a little window that you can pop out. I keep it off. It looks like this. You pop this little thing out and there, you can see the board. I actually just keep it off for maximum ventilation. This does not have that. Not a big deal. You just, you know, remove the 4 screws like you would anyway, but just, they did change it that. Otherwise, the chain looks the same. The way all this works is the same. It looks like the PTFE tube itself only has 1 clip instead of having 3 clips. I guess that's just to, you know, give it room to breathe. The belts definitely seem loose, more loose than I would keep them, but that's okay. The other thing I wanted to mention is, let's see if I can show it to you guys. So you see that little screw, the little bolt right there? That's actually belt tensioners right there. So you'd loosen the 2 little bolts, and then this nut, and then you tighten this, and then you tighten it back, and that's how you get tension on the belts. I'm not going to do that the way it is now. I'll do that later. Looks like to get these out, I have to do something else. I can't just pull on these zip ties. They're kind of in there. I think I have to unscrew those things first, and that will probably give me some space. Can I get it live? But I'm printing now. It's a phone amplifier. Oh, cool. I'm going to put it for sale. Nice. That's even more fun. So, anything else on the front that we need to know? Zip tie, zip. So this thing is saying turn this on and then follow the instructions on the screen. All the zip ties. Okay. I'm just gonna remove those screws. And then I'll flip the machine around to show you the back. Oh, I almost pulled a peasant and didn't use my Hodo. Oh, guys, you know what I need? I need a Hodo holder for my for the wall there. That's a requirement. I gotta see if that's available. If not, I gotta make one. Alright, these are out. Okay. Let me move this back a little bit. Order Hodo last week, but I got the wrong one without the adapter for small bits. Okay. Yeah, there is several. From what I understand, the one that you might have bought, the cheaper one, has slightly less torque and a smaller battery. That's in this one. This one has slightly more torque and a much larger battery. But the convenience is still there. In fact, this thing can use less torque. Like, you don't need it. On 3, you would strip any plastic for sure. Hodo's on sale. They're always on sale. I did reach out to them several times, and they got back to me, but not about the little vacuum. I still want the vacuum. Alright, so are these handles offset? I think they are. I can't tell, but they seem to be more offset. No, they're the same. Gosh, this thing is just massive. I can't even imagine the max. Alright, the reason why I'm flipping it around is this. Looks like there's 2 new fans. There's an exhaust fan and an intake fan. I actually have mine off. See the dust on there? I actually keep mine off because, well, the fan can't get any fresh air. There's very little to no ventilation on the stock one. And there's no point in doing that, so I keep mine off. And the electronics are all the way in the back. I'm never rotating the machine, so that's just something that I always thought about. But looks like they did too. Let's see if they changed any of the electronics, since it looks like there are changes back here. So guys, they, in the short period of time when they had this machine off market, they did quite a bit. This is definitely way more than I expected. It's almost like they had like a wish list that they didn't get to, and then they're like, well, this is an opportunity for us. And they did it in a very short period of time. Like, manufacturing is not easy. How do you take back those machines and then redo this, you know? Like, that's a complicated thing to do. That's a complicated thing to do. I don't remember what fans are on there, but this does look like a slightly different fan. 24 volt. I like that. I know you guys didn't see where it fell, but I like that it reaches the bottom before pulling the cable. Most of the time when you like undo a printer, that cable is definitely too short, so it's nice. Let me see if I can spot anything. No, the USB looks the same. And yes, the tool head is using USB. There's CAN bus available. Let's see. Yeah, there's another VIN one, but you can use this for other things. You can probably use that for fan. There's RGB headers. There's more up here. Sorry, my head's covering it. So there's 5 volt power. There's 2 of those right over there. I don't think anything is different. I think this is the same board. 2 USB-Cs on the bottom. I don't remember that off the top of my head, but that's likely the same. All the connectors have connectors on them. All the connections have connectors on them. Yeah, this is very good. It's not necessarily neat, if that makes sense. But it looks good. For the heater. Yeah, so it looks like on the old one, if you guys have the old machine, you can remove the bed wires and move them to the top right here. Basically, this is just rotated so that it doesn't go down, it just goes right here. So I'll definitely look into that on mine, and just that'll give me the, I guess, the opportunity to run a little bit hotter on the thing, on the heater inside. But yeah, this fan is a very welcome addition. It looks like they did just use some kind of, you know, circular blade, but very well done. A perfect spot for it. This just means you can add a filtration system if you wanted to. Sounds like a great board. Yes, yeah, canvas. Yep, yeah, there's stuff that you can do, right? Like, you can still add things on. 2 USB-Cs on the bottom, still more plugs, more RGB if you really wanted to for some reason. There's empty USB-As, so you can add a camera, or things along those lines. And like I said, it uses USB-C over here to run to the tool head, which is how I'm going to do my Voron Trident as well. So yeah, so far everything's good. I love to see this fan. I love this cover. I love that the bed wires are moved. That's definitely very nice. So yeah, all great things so far. Like I said, the sensor, where they put the new sensor, it works better. The sensor itself is updated and works better than what they had. The hot end is updated and works better than what they had. And then what we'll do is we'll look underneath as well. How are we doing on time? Where are we at? 10 o'clock? Alright. Should be okay. Yeah, sorry I can't do these things earlier. Unfortunately, it's quite literally impossible for me to do it earlier. I just do not have enough time. If you guys have any specific questions, let me know while I'm kind of digging around. Wonder if we can get the board as parts. I already tried to look at that. This board, I think there's a close board, but it has different connectors. It's really similar. I think it's called SKPR from MKS. But you can't get this one. This is a board partner only board. They back mount to hide the, yeah, whatever they're hiding, they are. I still don't understand the back mount filament on machines. That's what you're referring to. I guess it's just to keep it clean. I don't know either. For me, and where I keep my machines, the only way this would work is if I keep it on this table where I can walk around it. But I'm obviously not going to keep a machine this size on my table. So putting it anywhere in my room, I have to have it onto the side. So also, and if you guys, well, you can see on the other camera, right? Can you see over here? No, you can't. I'll show you later, but even my Trident, which is a fairly large machine, I just have it off to the side. Same with my, oh, here. Can you guys see this machine? Yeah, so I have a longer PTFE right here. I can reach it all the way on the side of the machine. Let's see if we can get this. Also, this looks different to me. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it looks different. I see more metal. Well, obviously, right? They changed this whole thing to metal. Looks like the belt tension is very easy to modify. Like the wiring looks to be braided, which is very extra. Refresh, all set now. Oh, hold on. What'd I miss? Frozen? Whoa, buffering bad. Oh, my bad, guys. Sorry. I didn't notice. I have no frames dropped. Everything looks good here. CPU usage 11%. We're going at 30 FPS. Did YouTube have a little blip? Where did you guys lose me? 20, 30 seconds? Okay, that's not bad. Am I back now? Let me know if you guys hear me while I'm taking this apart. It's all good now? Okay, okay. I wonder why. You know, I've had that happen a couple streams. I have no way of figuring out how the... Like, I do get some stats on the bottom in OBS, and according to them, everything looks pretty good. When you were by the other one? Oh, okay, so all that you missed then was, I was just saying that I print off to the side of that machine. Aliens. Alright, so they definitely braced everything on this thing. Wow. So what I was saying, like I said, okay, what I was saying, like I said, hey Jam, on the other machine, I print off to the side of it. I have a longer PTFE tube coming out from the filament sensor, and I print from the side of it. Even with their, you know, filament container, it just doesn't attach to the machine. So if you could attach it to the side of the machine and there is space to print a little mount, that should fix the whole, you know, having a spool on the back issue. And feeding this machine is easier than some of the other ones. But yeah, guys, look at the, well, maybe you can't tell. This is important. That's braided wire. That's very unnecessary. That feels nice. This is all metal. Looks like these things are very easy to tension. Both power supplies are Meanwell power supplies. Everything is braced with metal. This bottom chassis is night and day different. Not only is this all metal, but everything is braced with metal standoffs and metal. Wow, they really went in. Like, this is vastly different. Vastly. So that's very nice. Great job, Qidi Tech. Let's see, does it go this way? Yeah, this way. All right, so we're at 115. That was the whole point, of seeing what these are on 115. So both power supplies are in the correct voltages. Go ahead and get a couple of these in there. Looks like they're all the same length, so that's okay. They cover the belt path, which is nice. Yeah, I mean, it being open isn't really a problem. It's just that this is just extra bracing, right? Like, this is more sheet metal holding more of the other metal with metal standoffs. So that's going to make things quite a bit more rigid. Yeah, the wires are kind of a surprise, to be honest. I don't like if anyone's knocking this, it's either like a bad experience thing or something else. I'm not sure. I mean, in my opinion, they turned lemons into lemonade by quite a bit. Especially if all the current update reviews are true, that this machine is completely fixed and works amazing. This is going to be a good one. This is what the engineer wanted to do before the release. Yeah, you are 100% right. That's what usually happens. That's what I'm saying. Like, just by the looks of certain things, it looks like they had this in the bag but didn't do it, and now they did it. I guess while I'm under here, I can put these little feet on, which are just friction fit. Alright, I guess we can plug it in now. Come on. I'm, you know, I'm not very strong, but jeez, this thing is heavy. Right? Just like move around in your little space here. Jesus. Alright. Let's get some power. Should we get some power cord reach? Oh, so close. Yes. Alright. I think that's from the Mingda. No, it's from the Soul. Okay. Furthest I can move it. That is the furthest I can move it. Let's open this door. I also like that this door doesn't swing closed like the glass door does on my K1. Yeah, it really does look like they were halfway there before the stop, and the new one is chalk and cheese. Hopefully it doesn't start printing in the middle of the night. So for those that don't know, oh, that's what you guys were referring to earlier when I said I didn't know, in the very beginning of the chat. I don't remember who said it. Yeah, so, man, I don't want to get into it too deep. But yeah, Bamboo Lab machines all just started printing by themselves. Every machine that was on the network started printing some file by themselves because of some hiccup that Bamboo had on their side. Whether you wanted to or not, your Bamboo was printing. Sounds like some iRobot stuff. Anyway, I don't think Qidi even has that level of access to this machine. I could obviously be extremely wrong, but because it's running open source Clipper, I don't think that layer exists. I mean, obviously they could hide it maliciously, but you know, I mean, I guess they could. I don't know. I don't know until I look, right? All right, let's boot this thing up. All right, so the fan did start running right away, but maybe that's just for boot up. The fan that's on the very back, not this fan, but the fan that's on the back is actually blowing in. I have kind of expected it to be exhaust, but why, right? Well, no, because this fan is exhausting in that same area, and then this fan is exhausting fresh air in. Interesting. That's an interesting system. But that back panel has a lot more ventilation. More than 50% more than what was there. Maybe 200% more. Holy hell, that's crazy. Yes, it is. Yeah. And for some reason, people aren't freaking out. People are not going crazy. In fact, I'm still getting comments on my Voron posts of people saying, why would you build a Voron when you can buy a better, cheaper Bamboo machine? There's lots of reasons why you don't buy a Bamboo machine. There's lots of reasons why you do buy one. But just know what you're buying. Your data, they have all of your data. You should be okay with that. You can obviously go LAN, but you don't get most of the features of the machine. Well, the convenience features of the machine. Mine fired up at 6 a.m. Lucky I was awake. I had to finish print on the bed. What happened, Eric? So what happened? So you had a so you had a print on the bed, and the thing just starts going. And what were you thinking? Like, oh man, what'd I do? Like that? What did I click by accident? That type of thing. And what, did it just start heating up and just started going? Like, what happened? Can you tell us a little story? That'd be amazing. Qidi wanted over $300 for the motherboard. No thanks. Really, Mika? That's way too much. You would never pay that for any reason. There's far superior boards that are aftermarket that you could buy for a quarter that amount. Hot air rises, so bottom fan always gets fresh, cool air. Yes, true, but it's not. This fan isn't pulling outside; it's pulling into the chamber with the electronics in it. I like the looks of the Qidi. Yeah, I do too. Some people don't like it, but I seem to like it. One of the other problems that we faced with this machine was all of these Spanglish. Nope, not Spanglish. Chinglish. There was a lot of Chinglish going on. Let me make sure this is a crispy image for you. Forgot that I had autofocus on. Are we focused? I think so. Okay, let's do this. There we go. I'm just turning it down so you can see the screen a little better, and then I'll turn it back up. I'm going to get that, then I'll go for the skipper. Teza, if you're looking for, like, for your build, the Manta 8, I have it. I have the Manta board, where you can put a CB1 right on it, so you don't need a 7 Pi or anything like that. That board is really cool. Has a ton of things for it, and pretty good support from Big Tree Tech. So check that out for sure, and I posted a link in my latest video if you want to check that out. The only feature you don't get in LAN mode is to use the Handy app. I use VPN to watch my prints anyways, right, so you don't need the Handy app. Oh, okay, good. So there's ways around that at least. So in LAN mode, you can still send files from your slicer, whatever you end up using. I'm assuming with that machine you're using, you know, their own slicer, considering AMS. So all of that stuff works. So the only thing, so what would be the point of using any kind of cloud anything if it's just for an app? Who needs the app? Yeah, what file was it printing? I'd like to know as well. Yeah, heard the fans, the print head moving. Went to another room, the bed was up to temp, and it was getting ready to reprint before I killed it. Oh, so it was trying to reprint the file that you had already printed. It didn't just print some random file. They fix the translations? I hope so. That's what I want to find out. I got 3 Pi Zeros and Pi 4 spare still. Oh, well, you're good to go, dude. I also have a few leftover spares. Orca? Okay, yeah, I mean, I love Orca. So you're sending wirelessly via Orca, and because of that, you don't. So, because this is the first time I'm hearing the fact that you can do any wireless anything without using any, you know, without giving them all of your information. So that's very nice. The one that finished 6 hours before. Okay. So everyone's last print started, essentially. Serge, so because you were in LAN mode, I'm assuming you did not get this rogue printing situation? Alright, let's see what's going on here. I use Orca Slicer. It has all the features of Bamboo Studio plus a couple... Right. I'm familiar with that part. But I was under the impression that you couldn't use any wireless features at all if you didn't, you know, sign up for an account, agreed to their privacy policy, you know, and then used all of their apps. Because, like, their privacy policy, I'm sure you've seen it, right? Like, if you agreed to use it, you give them access to everything. All of your information, including purchase data and all that. I do not have any issues with the cloud crap. Nice. Good. No, Orca can connect. Oh, that's great. That's really good. And man, that makes Orca so much better even. Good to know. All right, let's keep going here. So English, yes. Take out the cover. We did that. Okay, cool. I like these little animations. Can you guys see this? Should I get a little closer for you? Why can't I go higher? Oh, there we go. It prints out the word red rum. That's crazy. Even Kaiwus can print over Wi-Fi without all the paperwork and permissions. That's true. Actually, Kaiwu, since Kaiwu uses the MKS boards with Wi-Fi, you can also run Clipper on them with Wi-Fi. There's a bunch of little ways you can do that, so just keep that in mind. If you want to Clipperize your Kaiwu, it'll actually be pretty cool. Bamboo Studio can also connect, but Bamboo Studio sends telemetry back cloud no matter what. Right. So I was under the impression, so thank you for clearing that up, Serge. I was under the impression that you couldn't use any wireless, you know, features of the printers at all if you didn't agree to, you know, their little privacy policy. So in this case, you don't have to at all, and you just don't use Bamboo, but use Orca. Kind of cool. I really like that. I really like hearing it. All right, it says remove the zip ties that fix the head. Remove them? I can't. Can I? I can't. They're being clamped by the board. I mean, by the bed. Remove the zip ties that fix the print head. Oh. The whole chat's gone. Guys, let me know when and if we're back. Back, okay. This is good. I didn't do anything. I don't know what the problem is. I am getting some dropped frames. Yeah, Randy, looks like it died, but then we're back now. I'm not sure what the deal is. Refresh and it's back. Alright. Alright. I'm guessing because of those comments we're good to go. Refresh worked. 2 minutes, man. Did you guys see my comment? Did the comment go through that where I was typing? Oh, so many messages. Hold on, let me scroll. The freeze is so bad this time, my furnace kicked in. Bamboo. Wifey had enough? Yep. Bamboo Labs trying to send the print to my Qidi. That's funny. Was Crowley trying to put an advertisement to his live stream? Very possible. Oh, man. Looking good? Okay, good. Hey, Polymaker. Okay. Let's get back into this, right? Alright, where were we? So, you know, my apologies for that. I'm not exactly sure why. It's hard to see on my end what's going on. Looks like my internet is fine. Just by briefly going to different pages and whatnot. It does say that I'm getting around a 30% frame drop. So... on the Qidi website it says all metal frame. That's good. Yes, Numeric, it is an all metal. So I don't know if you were here earlier or not. You can always go back a little bit. But I flipped the machine over. The entire bottom is now metal. And has metal bracing on top of the metal. And down here. Let's remove this. That is all metal. And there's a bar right here. That's bolted into the metal. So it is braced more than any other machine I think that's out there right now. That's for sure. There we go. Let's do that. So yeah, it's definitely all metal. Alright, what's it say? Take out packing foam. This packing foam stick under the platform. No, we got it all out. There is one under here. Look at that. Good thing I looked. Under the bed looks the same. However, there is springs on the bed. Yeah. Interesting. So the bed is now soft mounted. It was not before. It was hard mounted. I wonder why. That's kind of random. But the bed is definitely spring loaded now, so that's different as well. So you cut the string so you didn't have to watch you struggle with the zip ties. Oh, is that where I lost you guys? So the zip ties were pressed underneath of the bed, and I had to go through this for them to lift so I can pull up the zip ties. I'm not sure where I lost you. All right, so we did this. Let's go next. Preheat hotbed to the filament printing temperature before leveling. Leveling will effectively better. Okay. Oh, 60. Nope, we can do 60. 60 will be good. Note, please wait for the temperature to reach the set temperature before clicking the button below. Sure thing. Alright, so it looks like we are on our way. You know what? Let me get some isopropyl for that. Just to get the bed nice and clean. Yeah, I gotta do some research to see what the deal is with the stream dropping, because it's definitely done that a few times before, and I can't ever figure out what the problem is. It's nice to have the detailed setup instructions on the screen. Yes, I agree. I think they did a better job this time, even though we're not that far in, because I did see other people do this as well, and it looked like an improvement. But so far, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was text like coming off the screen. It had a bunch of widows where in text, if there's a single line, kind of like this right here is on a next line, it's called a widow. It had a bunch of those like widows with different languages on there. So far, none of those issues. Hey, Gunshot Games. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Very kind of you to do that. Gunshot Games. What kind of games? As you guys know, I'm into tabletop, and I also design board games. My third board game is getting published in a few months. It's in print right now. Grease Monkey Garage. Yeah, so what kind of games? I actually started my first business when the first iPhone came out, making games for the iPhone. One of our biggest hits was a card game called Duroc, which was #1 in like 17 countries. It was a 4.5-star game. It's pretty cool. For makers of Stage Top, the 3D printed gaming table. Oh, cool! Yeah, I know all about it. I just wasn't familiar with the name. Yeah, that is a really cool system that you guys made. I was actually somewhere recently. It wasn't networking or anything. I was like at some gathering, and I was talking to some stranger I didn't know, and I mentioned 3D printing just in conversation. And they were like, "Oh, I saw that you could print the whole table." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I saw that too." So you guys are definitely making a splash in the tabletop world, because you know, people are talking about it that aren't into 3D printing whatsoever. So you definitely spilled over to some degree, which is really cool. Yeah, absolutely. I'll check it out in a little more detail now that I have a name to go with the product. But you know, I'm sure we've all seen Uncle Jesse's video, right? So we know. We're at Origins. Oh, cool. Couldn't get into Gen Con. What's Board Game Circus is the publisher of my latest game called Grease Monkey Garage. They're definitely going to be everywhere, I think. They're a German publisher, but they have a bunch of American games as well. I will not be going to any of those things, but they will be. And that's cool. That's cool. Those events are always really fun. The board game Grease Monkey Garage, not any other Grease Monkey Garage. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. The other ones are Battle of Duroc and Dice Bazaar. The art, design, illustration, and publishing was all done by me for those two games. And for this one, I did the art, graphic design, you know, the rules, the game, everything, except for actually publishing. Anyway, looks like we're at 60, so let's keep going while we all chat, right? What time is it? 10:30. Okay, we still got time. About to moving platform. Please make sure the platform is clean and unlocked. Okay, you can moving platform. There's the first little translation error, but it's not a big deal. Please wait, the platform and nozzle are initializing. I will definitely wait. Yeah, I mean, this looks great. It even has like a stamped X+3 on the bottom here. Nice thick aluminum sheet. It's not like a really thin like stamped steel. Like that is an aluminum. Here, I made it darker so you guys can see the screen, but let me go back in over here. This way. I'm gonna make it super bright so you guys can just see that. Yeah, this bar. Not only is this all metal, but that's also a thing, so that's quite nice. One thing I actually wonder how it's gonna handle is firmware update. The firmware update a long time ago actually took quite some time, and you had to do it like manually. And I know they had a recent firmware update that I would like to technically do on this machine before we're fully printing. What I'll do is I'll just print like this and then do it post-stream, but I wonder how that's handled. I wonder if once we get this thing on Wi-Fi, if it'll just work type deal. Adjust the platform height. Okay, looks like we're leveling. Where's my little leveling paper? I'm gonna block the screen a little bit, I'm sure. Let's go single. All right, it's backwards. Closer, close. There we go. Just a bit more. I like to give it a good amount of tension on there. Okay, that's good to me. Go next. All right, now it's gonna do its bed leveling. One of the little quirks I remember from the previous machine was doing any of these Z-related tasks on the screen would save. However, if you went into Clipper and did any of your mesh settings or anything along those lines, or Z offsets there, and then do this, it would double your Z. So one of the things I always said about the previous machine is if you're going to do any Z level related, offsets, you do it on the screen and not in Clipper. And once you do it, always do a full hard reset, and that stopped all those funky configuration issues that I previously had. But that was a long time ago. I do it all, I do it the same way on that machine, but I haven't touched any of that stuff in ages. In my configuration file, I just have it probe right before the print, and I haven't touched any of that stuff. I can't even remember the last time I did any kind of Z-related thing. No self-leveling. It's self-leveling. It's doing it right now. Oh, so Eric, what we were doing was the Z offset. It doesn't have automatic Z offset. I think the only one of these machines that does it right now, outside of Bamboo, Bamboo's in its own little thing, is the K1. The Creality K1 has auto Z offset. Because this uses, I guess, open source Clipper, they don't have anything like that built in. I guess that's not really the reason. They could have done it in some way, shape, or form, but it just uses the single sensor that's on the side there that's kind of visible to do everything. But once you set the Z offset, it should be done. You shouldn't need to do it. Yeah. And another thing I did was I made all of these things much faster. I turned up the movement speed quite a lot. I turned up the probing speed quite a lot. Instead of 3 probes, I did like 2. It's Clipper. You can change whatever you want. You can do it however you'd like. And even though it's much, much, much faster to home and to do this, and less probes, it's still super accurate for the first layer. So yeah, so far, obviously we haven't printed with it or anything like that, but so far I really like what I'm seeing. Having all of that metal on the bottom and braced from both sides. It's braced in the middle with that bar here and braced on the bottom with all of those secondary metal panels. All name brand components. There's no nonsense generics anywhere, it looks like. So lots to like with this machine. I kind of thought we also needed to put this thing in there. I guess I can do that now. Maybe on this one we don't need it anymore. I thought Equipment couldn't function without having this USB in there. Guys, while we have this little moment, in the top of the chat there should be a pinned comment. Right there. And we are doing a giveaway with 3D Max for a roll of PLA Plus. So if you have a second, jump in there. It'll look something like this. You just enter your info and you answer a simple question that I'll read at the end, and you have a chance to win. You must be present for the drawing to get it, and also you have to be in the United States to get it shipped. But it looks like only 25 people have entered so far, so your chances to actually get the roll are pretty high, and there's 86 minutes left. Polymaker. You know what? Yes. That's a good one. That's a good one. Polymaker, I've actually never used any of your filament, and I've heard nothing but great things about your filament. I just never came around to it. Obviously, when you have a filament sponsor like this, you know, I'm not obligated to use any of their stuff, but they send me filament anytime I require it, or for giveaways, or for certain projects. So in the past times when I had to buy stuff, I never actually popped in there, but I've heard nothing but good things, I gotta say. No problem with your stream. Yes, there's currently no problem with the stream. Auto leveling completed. Completed. Double completed. In Australia, no good. No good. Just got my first Polymaker roll and I can't wait to test it out. Nice. See? We got fans. Well, if you're looking for more sponsors, let us know. I'm always looking for more sponsors. Growing the channel is very fun. It's a fun thing to try to do. So if you guys are open to some kind of relationship, I'm also open to it. The stream is fine on both PC and Roku TV. Nice. Good to know. Did we cut out earlier, or you guys are just catching up? Calling it now, it's rigged. Chad, everything you touch is rigged, sir. So I guess I thought we would like wait, but it looks like this is just it. I won 2 rolls of Polymaker so far. Oh, nice, through Nero's stream. I've got mostly good results with Polymaker. Only issues I've had is with PTG. I have to slow it way down compared to other brand PTG. I wouldn't say that's Polymaker. In my personal experience, for example, I've had PTGs of all kinds of brands give me issues. So to the point where it's become an inside joke. So it might just be like a print setting thing for the filament. You know what I mean? Chat. There you go, Polymaker. We got someone in the chat that needs sponsorship. It's great stuff, and if you buy a huge HueForge license, you get an equal credit for Polymaker. I did hear about that. I saw that. That's actually cool. And HueForge is doing incredible things. Actually, I think that partnership is really cool. Where do we all see that? 3D Printing Nerd, I think, right? Yeah, that's super cool. All right, like I was trying to say here, this is completed, but it's a button. So input shaper running, cool. It's time to shake the table. Have you tried any of the Polymaker Galaxy ASA? No, but I want to. And actually just got a bunch of filament dryers. Like a so I can check out a few, maybe in a video, do a comparison, or at least just talk about them and the importance of them. So yeah, that's cool. Gotta love the input shaper noise. Click the live button. There you go. Well, in his defense, there were 2 times when the stream went down. For whatever reason. How did that random roll of transparent black ABS you got from Amazon turn out? Fantastic. I bought more. I bought 2 more rolls of that stuff for the Voron Trident in case I needed any more transparent black. Also, Polymaker, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but in my search I couldn't find anything. Do you guys have a transparent black? I like to call it like smoke. Something I've mentioned to 3D Max a ton. I think this is like a, well, maybe for me personally, when I used to print for selling, I guess, some computer parts that I was printing, that would have been specifically really cool, and a bunch of other parts. One of the builds that I did on the channel recently was an entire Trident build, and all of it I did in a smoked black ABS. And in the time of starting that, and then by the time I finished printing some of those things, that filament ran out. So there was only one other brand that I found accessible to me. Actually, don't remember what it is off the top of my head. I have it down there. 3DF, it looks like. But there's very few options out there for a transparent black / smoke filament. I think that's a cool one. I think you guys should pursue it. maybe I can talk you guys into doing it so I could buy a bunch. I think that's like my favorite color filament. I think it's usable for both fun things and also things that are like usable. Maybe the reason why companies aren't making it a lot is maybe there's some difficult combination of a transparent smoke, black. I obviously don't know. But yeah, it's a cool one. We do not actually. We only have translucent PETG in dark green, dark blue, and dark red. We'll have to look at translucent black. Yeah, PETG would work really well. Like that, PETG lends itself well to transparency, from what I understand. But yeah, an ABS would be cool. That's what I've been using for my Trident. It actually makes this. Let me show you. I printed these because the tensioners on my Trident started cracking, so I reprinted them. But the cool thing about it is you can see just past the, I know like those lines are actually the infill. They're not, this is going to be hard to show. So the outside surface is so smooth there. You can see it in the light how smooth that is. But then when you look at it straight, you can see past the walls. Not too far deep, but you can see past them, and it makes this really cool, like, what do you call this? It's not 3D, but like the fact that you can see just through it and see some of those details makes it really, really neat. Yeah, like that's all infill, and that line is this through, whoops, right here, this through hole. And you can tell like how smooth. It's kind of neat. I think I had another Stealth Burger printed somewhere. I just have so much stuff it's hard to keep track of over here. Gotcha Games, I'm very happy with the stage top. I'm about to wrap up my first build. Nice. That's cool. Cable Nugget, if you are in our Discord, please share some photos of that. I would love to see it. And if you're not in the Discord, why? Hey, Polymaker Nick. See, Jeff is a very popular fella. Knows everybody. Thanks, Cowboy. Hope to have an online configurator out soon. Nice. Cool. Input shaper still going on? Can't tell which one they're doing now, but it's like we're getting closer and closer. So just to be realistic, it looks like we have about 77 minutes or so until, you know, just over an hour until 12. I don't know if we'll have a print done by then. I'll try. Usually I like to have a print done and then we choose a winner for the contest, but keep pushing the filament into filament runout sensor until you reach extruder. Okay, filament time. Let me grab some yellow. And the reason why I'm grabbing some yellow is because I want to print something from for the wall over here. Alright, so let's do a little angle cut. I am in the Discord. I'll definitely have share some photos. Yes, awesome. By the way, sorry, like it's really difficult to keep track of names in the YouTube world as well as Discord. People don't have the same names, and it's really difficult to just know them all. Like sometimes someone will be like, "Oh yeah, I've been talking to you for 2 weeks," and then I like, you know, treat them in here, or vice versa. Like I don't know who they are. Obviously, very difficult. Hey Andre, nice, glad to see you're giving this printer another chance. Yeah, definitely. I will definitely give this company another chance because of the way that they handled the previous one. It's like, you know, this is an example on how to, I said it earlier, like how to take lemons and make lemonade, in my personal opinion. You realize you did something wrong, you take responsibility, and you fix it, and you make it right for the people that you wronged, which, in my opinion, they did with flying colors, and, you know, I'm definitely willing to give them a second try. Oh, okay, putting filament through the filament runout sensor is actually easy. Unlike a few other machines that I have, running the filament through that sensor is very difficult sometimes. Alright, let's get it down in there. Am I missing the gears? Let's see. Keep pushing the filament into the filament runout sensor until you reach the extruder, okay? Oh, okay. Click left side plus minus button to start heating. Okay. 220 is what we're heating to. I don't remember what it does after this, actually. I agree. They took the feedback, fixed the issues, and also took care of the early adopters. A few other companies could learn from them for sure. Yeah, more than a few. Every company. I always say this. There's literally like 2 or 3 companies that would ever even do this. I've had 49 different machines, not including duplicates, on this channel. And I could say with confidence that there's 2 companies that would do something like this. This being one of them. Out of those 49. Well, it's not 49 companies. The multiple printers are from the same company, but it's cool to see the 3D printing related companies in the chat. Yes, I agree. Very fun. And, you know, if I didn't say before, thank you, Polymaker, for being here. Definitely very cool to chat with someone in the industry. Okay. Ensure the loading of the filament. Alright. Click the below button to load filament. Okay. Yep, there it goes. I missed the beginning. Did Qidi send you the fixed model? Yes, this is the fixed model. The non-fixed one is just behind it, off to the screen right over here. But for the non-fixed one, because it was covered under warranty, I still got the new sensor and the new hot ends. Which fixed any of those issues that you could have had with the machine outside of, you know, the actual frame itself, which doesn't affect the machine if you heat the chamber up and let it get nice and hot. So it looks like there was a red filament in the machine, so At least the hot end itself was tested. Cool. That should be good. Actually, let me leave that there for now. Let's hit next. It says guide tutorial is finished. Congrats! Guide tutorial finished. Is that a button? Alright, so their UI could use some help. But that's also coming from literally a UI UX guy. It would actually be pretty cool to do a project for a 3D printing company. You know, I run a web design, web development firm, but I still, you know, I started out many moons ago now doing UI and UX, which UX is still part of my everyday. But it'd be really cool to work on a project like this in the industry, you know. I have some insights, I could say. And also years and years of running a company for the iPhone UI, UX. And working with some Google apps as well. Is a door acrylic? Yes, the door is acrylic. There's actually a problem with it. I mentioned this in my original review. I just saw someone else mention it too in theirs. So this has a nice little curvature for design's sake. The problem with that is this version of Core XY, where the bed moves up and down and the head stays right over there, as you can see this little white tip right here. You are looking right through here on the first layer. So if you're printing anything outside of, you know, PLA or maybe TPU, you're gonna have this door closed, and you can't see. It's milky and blurry, so you can't see the first layer. So you kind of have to like peek through the open door. And then you can also look from the top, but the top door is also acrylic and curved, so you can also have some trouble seeing the first layer, which is obviously, you know, in 3D printing, one of the most rewarding parts to watch, right? So that just, it is something. But the door is acrylic, it's magnetic, and it is removable. So if you're not printing, if you're not going to print anything hot, you can just remove this door and not deal with it. Has anyone tried the Neptune 4 or 4 Pro? I have not. I've not tried a single Elegoo machine. Not until you have overalls and white tee like Naomi. I like that. For helping with a printer company project. So the whole time it's just my outfit? That's the only thing that needed to change? Man, I can make that work. Alright, I'm going to move this down. Well, I'll show you how to get there. I want to add my Wi-Fi info into here. Let's see. That's all the files that are on there. Whoa, looks like there's a bunch more than last time. We have a 3D Benchy, Wild Road Builds Puzzle. Wild Rose Builds right in here, stock. Cool, man. That's cool. Yafik V2 Rounded PL. I don't know what that is. Bunny. We did the Bunny. X+3, just that. And another Qidi X+3 G code. So there's two just X+3s. Benchy Wild Rose Builds Puzzle. That's kind of interesting. Is there more? No. If I click on it, will it show it to me? Yeah. Oh, neat. Look at that. That's cool. Also, this is also new. You can do the bed leveling or not. That's, I think there was a different way to do that. I think you had to do that in the slicer before. Benchy, 17-minute Benchy. Neat. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. Should I do a print from here, or should I just slice something since I have, you know, profiles from other machines? Should I just slice my own file on there, or should I print something from here? Let me know in the chat. I'll do whichever guys you prefer. Whichever you prefer. No, it looks like a really good printer. I looked at it online. Do the YAF. Oh, right. Okay. What is that? Oh, okay. And how long? But that's an hour, though. Do we... I mean, we have exactly that much time. Yeah, I mean, we have exactly that much time. I don't know. I feel like we should print something smaller and then maybe start another print, like that type of deal. I got a Qidi X-Max 3 and have enjoyed it a lot. I'm a lot happier with the X-Max 3 than the original X-Plus. They really changed for the better, but something that hasn't changed is their support. And that's actually a good thing. Like, it's good. Nah, too long. Slice something up. All right, let's get to the Wi-Fi, and we'll slice something up. Load, calibration, network, that's where we're going. I'm just kind of looking around. Let's go to about. I kind of want to check the firmware. Let's go to support, because one just came out. There's no chance this has it on there. Yeah, so 4.2.5, 4.2.2. Okay, so not too bad. Let me see how they handle that. Slice your own thing. Yep, real world test. Yes, okay. Yeah, especially because we've checked out this machine, right? So I already have profiles set up in Orca for it. All right, let me move this screen down, and I will change the network. I'll enter my network info, and then I'll bring you guys back up. All right, networks came right up. Looks like they don't connect to the 5G networks. Which is fine. The screen is nice and responsive. No misclicks on that one. Wi-Fi connecting. Connection successful. Confirm. Saving Wi-Fi data. Alright, and then let's enter the IP 192.168.148. Whoops. Don't I need to do, what is it, 8044 or something like that? No. Do you guys remember what I have to put at the end? 1044? No. Do you guys remember what I have to add to the end? I don't remember off the top of my head. It's not 80. Yeah, I just don't remember. 88? No. Do they tell me in the manual? Let's see. $80. 10. Okay, well let's try the first suggestion and we'll go to the next one. 80. Nope, not 80. 188. That seems to be working. Yep, 188. Thank you. If you want to update the machine faster, there's a SD card slot behind the screen that you can plug into instead of the USB, and it updates a lot faster, but it's hard to get to. Really? It's the first time hearing it. Yeah, I'd have to really... Oh, I see it. It's not hard to get to. It's right here. Okay, so you're saying I can put the update onto that? That's the first time hearing that. I'm not gonna do the update though. I'm not gonna do it just yet because from what I remember, it took a while. All right, so hold on. Here is the browser view. Let's see how they have this set up. Hot. Oh, this is the chamber. Look at all the macros. Oh, they had that in there just like that. I kind of don't like these names because you can name these whatever you want, and there's no, you have to look up what these commands mean, you know. Set up camp meshing. Set up line purge. Wait, they have camp out of the box? Yo, good for them. Cool. That's awesome. Sweet. Well, it takes a few minutes instead of 20-40 minutes it would take after the stream. Okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna do that, but I think I'm gonna do it later. Let's at least get a print started, and we'll go from there. I just kind of want it to look. Yeah, so they've definitely messed with this machine because there is a temporary config, so they've made sure this thing is working. And I don't have any kind of special unit from what I understand. New update does? What do you mean, Jeff? To which part? I've already set so much. What board is it running? It's running at, what do they call it? THR or something like that. It's their own board. See, they say MKS Skipper because this is Skipper is really, really close. Hold on, let me, I have Grammarly. I want to, like, not have Grammarly. Turn off Grammarly. Yes, okay. Include adaptive mesh. Yeah, they have it. They have it. Good. That's great. Wonder why they kept this in here. Like, this is a predetermined machine. Why have things... I guess if you wanted to expand... Okay, so they've improved this. This on the very original was so out of the ordinary and just all over the place that I made a completely custom one. Yeah, like, this is strange to me. Like, these steppers aren't here, so why include this in here? It'll just confuse somebody. Homing override. Cool. Here's the verified heater. Hot. My nozzle fan. Case light beeper. Filament sensor. I mean, you know, it's got everything. This is far better. This is far better than how they started. Yeah, like, I wish these things were, like, kind of towards the top, because, like, they're in the middle of the macros. You know what I mean? Like, this could be so cleaned up, like, even further. On mine, I just removed the macros, put them in a different config, and just included it. That way it's not just in here randomly. Code arcs. You know what I mean? Like, this could be somewhere higher that's not in the middle of macros, so they're easy to find. Exclude object as well. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, MCU, this could be an MCU section at the top. There's ways to improve this little thing, but like I said, this is better. And yeah, you could tell they did basic level. You know, we did input shaper from the start, so I guess that's what's in here, right? Yeah, Z probe. So this always puts it to 0 if you do it on the screen. All right, cool. This is looking good. I don't need to jump in here to do anything else. All right, let me do the preheat just for, you know, our standard PLA stuff. And let's jump into Orca. Let me copy this. Oh, let me do a couple things real quick. One is, let me add this to my favorites off screen real quick, so that I don't forget it for later use. Favorites. Come on. Gotta load first before I can add it. There we go. Add bookmark. This is the Qidi Tech X-Plus 3 V2. Add. Okay. That's the one thing I wanted to do. The second thing I wanted to do is to add this into Orca. Because since there's two, I wonder how that's going to work. I guess I'll make a second profile. Oops. Let's close this. Let's open this. All right. Oh, yes, dude. It has a ceramic heater. These things will heat up instantaneously. My favorite part of the update is that they added on the screen to change the Z offset without having to level the bed. Yes, nice. That's cool. That's good to know. All right, so in here, what I wanted to do was I want to make a new one of these. and I'll just name it V2. Whoops. And we'll name it. I named this specifically Orca default so that I know that these are default settings. But because this is V2, I should be able to go in here and change this to this one. Test. Did not parse. What have I done? Let's remove this. There we go. Works correctly. Okay, and now we should be able to see it in here. Oh wait, why aren't you guys seeing this? Why can't you guys see this window? Okay, alright, bear with me for a second. As per usual, we run into some little OBS issues. If that's loud, I'm sorry, I'll change it in a second. Window capture. Display capture. Yeah, okay, we'll do display. There we go, now you see what's going on. And make sure the music's not double blasting you guys. Okay, looks like it's good. Someone explain why, if there's an auto bed leveling algorithm, that the Z offset can't be set automatically from the bed leveling information, because it doesn't actually know how far away the actual nozzle is from the bed. It knows relatively speaking, but every single machine is going to be ever so gently different, especially because they give you different hot ends and different nozzles. You swapping that out is going to change the Z offset. So in the sensor configuration that it has now, you're always going to have to set the Z offset one time. It'll never actually know. Without having another sensor, another thing to touch with the nozzle, it'll never actually know. So, for example, one of the ways you could do it is you can have a switch sitting off the side of the bed, where after it does everything, it'll go to that switch and hit it with the nozzle, and then it'll know exactly, you know, when where the Z offset is. That could be set up because this is Clipper. You could set up very similar to how you do on any Voron, for example. But in my opinion, I just like to set the Z offset one time in Clipper. Done. You know, you might have to do it one other time during a print, but once that's set up, most of the time these optical sensors are good enough. Not optical. Inductive sensors are good enough to remain pretty good the entire other time. All right, hold on. Now you guys can see this, right? Yes. Okay. Cool. So we're in here. Orca is ready. All right. Let me drag in. Let's see how fast they can do something like this. Load these files as single object? No. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I got a little phallic on me. I want 2 of these at least. Oops, I didn't mean to clone 2. I just wanted 2 total. One of these, I think, is the smaller glue stick holder. Range. This should be a nice little test print, right? And then let's see, 3 walls, 15, that should be good. Let's slice, let's see how long this will take. And I'll check how much time we have in comparison. 60, that's probably too long. How much time do we have in our contest? In our giveaway? 53. Alright, let me try to make that a little bit smaller. I can close this back here. Alright, you know what? We'll just print one of these for now. Let's see if that'll get us closer to 50. 40 minutes, perfect. Alright, we'll do this. Let's see where it goes. Let's launch it. Completed. Let's go back to device. Extrude below minimum temp. Right. Set the min extrude temp config options for details. Okay, do I have to reselect that? Why did that happen? Oh look, the previews are in here. That's cool. Well, let me change that real quick. I always like when that happens. I think it's this, right? No. Where is the little preview thing? I thought there was like a settings thing here where you can change the size of the preview. What? This is filter. This is adding a file. This is refresh. It's kind of weird. Usually there's like a larger preview area. I guess this wants like full-on preheat manually, which is kind of weird. Oh, no, this should just do it. Printing with enclosure may cause high temperature and softening of filament, leading to clogging. Oh, it's just going for it, huh? It's just going. I didn't even notice what was happening. Yeah, we're just zooming. Can I even reach in here? Okay. Let me get you guys a better angle. I didn't realize that it was just gonna go. I was looking for a setting. Let's start. So there's a couple of funky things, looks like, in the configuration here that I'll have to troubleshoot a little later. Caleb, what's the print? It's a couple little pieces that I want for my wall over here. So just another hook and a small glue stick holder. So the first print will be at least useful, and we'll see how that fits into things. What I want to know is why I can't see the preview. There should be a setting, from what I thought it was right here somewhere. I thought I could have sworn it was like this. But I guess not. There we go, we got some fans going. Is it me, or is this significantly quieter than the last one? That is way quieter. Here, let me make sure that you guys can see everything. Let's do the focus. There. So one of the things is, like, it's kind of difficult to find a good camera angle with this specific setup. Like, everything's kind of bulky, you know? Let me show you from the top real quick. I didn't even have time to react to the first layer or anything. I have no idea. Also, what temperature is it printing at now? Considering I had to put 200 in there. It's at 200. Let me switch that. Why didn't it control it through the slicer? What's going on here? I guess this is, you know, my presets from my other machine. Wait, it's not extruder. This would be in filament. It would be here. Yeah, it should be printing at 220. 220, 60. I gotta say, I don't know if I'm used to the K1, printing with a K1, or the old machine, but this sounds way quieter with the auxiliary fan and that fan on. Like, by quite a margin. I'm not yelling, I'm not doing anything extra. In fact, let me pause the music. And let me remove the cancellation. I would say, I would even venture to say that this might be quieter than the KP3S Pro that I just did. The V2. Noise suppression. Let's just do off. There we go. Can you guys hear that? That's... I think the tiny little KP3S Pro V2 is louder than this. And this has a giant monster auxiliary fan. Huh. Visually, it looks like the same fan as the previous machine. Let me turn that back on. Noise suppression. All right. Yeah, that's nice. So would this compare with a P1S? Yes, that's a direct comparison. I think the bamboo machines will always be your choice if you want to print with multi-material. If that's a goal of yours or something that you just want to be able to do later, even if you don't want to get it right away, there's no option for other machines. There's third-party options, but those are, of course, third-party. They're not from the manufacturer and pre-set up. You're going to have to do some custom work. So I think that if that's your thing, if you want to print multi-material stuff, I think at the moment it's going to be hard to beat any of the bamboo machines. Now, if that's not something that you need or want, then you have options. Are you sure you didn't turn off the noise setting by mistake? I'm sure. They did address all the complaints. Yeah, I think so. Sorry guys, I missed some messages here. M141 step turns on chamber. It starts in G code. Yes. Check the gear on the left side to see if there's anything in there to change preview. Change the gear on the left side. Oh, in here. Let me change this to white. Camera, invert controls. No, I don't think there is. And also, they removed the updates. They want like the Clipper updates to come from them, which I get it. It's because it would be really difficult to troubleshoot the machine if anyone could just hit update anywhere and break any of the things at any given moment. So I get it. I just wish they they probably did the right thing by doing that. I can't see any other way you could troubleshoot this type of thing. Yeah, I don't think I have that option here. Cool. A little curvy, no big deal. As long as it uses cam to mesh. Also, it did not do mesh, so my start config is all wacky. I need to probably change. Oh right, it's not mine. I keep forgetting that this is the updated machine. I was like, wait, it didn't run any of my settings. Of course it didn't. I don't have them set up. Well, is preview here? By the way, for those that are wondering, I usually change the preview image to be much larger so I can like see the printed files. And it's usually just an icon here that you can just click, but apparently not here. Like, you see this little preview right here, the little green guy? You could have that preview here as well, so that when you're selecting your files, you can see them very easily. It is what it is. Alright, let me check the chat again. I missed a million messages. The fan is mostly what I hear. Yeah, yep. I mean, the movements are, you can hear them, but they're pretty quiet. Bottom of the left column is G-code preview. I'm not talking about G-code preview. I'm talking about the little preview of the actual icon, like this file up here. Bamboo's for people who can't even make a bowl of cereal. Now. That's not always the case. Hold on. Chat call out should be at the very top, like that. Yep. Got a large iXV3 coming this week. Nice. I used to really want one of those large boards where you didn't have to write firmware because Marlin was such a pain in the butt. But I actually don't know any of their recent things that they're doing. But I see, according to your icon, you have a 2.4? Yeah, 2.4. Yes, Jeff. We were talking about that earlier. What a crazy thing. But apparently, not a big deal to a lot of people, which is mind-boggling to me. Nice, so do I. So do I. Let's check in on our giveaway. Looks like there's 32 entries, so pretty good chance of winning a roll of filament. If you guys go to the top of the chat, there is a pinned comment. We have about 40 minutes left on our giveaway. You can win a spool of PLA Plus from 3D Max, USA only, and you have to be present for the drawing, which I usually do somewhat when this thing ends, shortly after. If I choose somebody that is either not here or not in the US, I'll just pick somebody else. But yeah. Oh, one thing I just noticed is even though there's a preview in Clipper, I still don't see a preview here, which that's the same as the previous one. The previous one also has the same thing. Yes, USA only, I'm sorry. Macros display is great if you have all the numbers committed to memory. Yes, true. Here, let me go back to this view. Let me go back to the slicer. If we go here, this is also useful for seeing what it's doing. So load current file. And you can, at a glance, there we go. You can see which part it's actually printing. You can see the infill, and it'll go layer by layer. So you can see what layer it's on, so on and so forth. Current layer height 5. There's a total of 114 layers. So, do I have upcoming projects? So I'm building a Voron 0.2 R1 by FISEC. I just did the unboxing. I haven't started it because I have this and one more machine to check out live before I go ahead and start that. I also have a 3D printed airplane project that I'm really eager to get to. I've been trying to get through all these unboxings and machines just so I can get back to printing fun stuff like this, like these crawlers that I have back here and things along those lines, RC stuff, since I love that stuff. And I do have another super cool 3D project that I'm working on that's going to be really fun. I don't want to give away anything about it, actually, because I just want to make a whole video on it when it's done. But I'm basically learning how to use functions in Fusion 360. Not functions, but like using Fusion 360 to a point where I'm like comfortable with it. Kind of like forcing my way because my mind doesn't work how Fusion works. Just being in design and UX and stuff, there's something about it has always been a disconnect for me. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, I have a bunch of little projects going on. But one of the things I really enjoy here is checking out what companies like this do and why they do it and what they're doing. So that's a big part of this channel. It's printed items that were sent. Oh, what was that sound? You guys know that meme when you're trying to work from home and you hear a printer making noise? I mean, it's looking good. Can you guys see this? So one, it didn't probe. I think that's because I need to set that up in my slicer. Obviously, they want you to use their own slicer. That would probably fix all of these things. And also, probably should be on the latest firmware. That's actually another thing. Like, we're on Wi-Fi, right? This thing should, to some degree, know which firmware it's running and somehow maybe tell us that there's a firmware update, maybe? Vora, nice. Yes, dude. It'll be my second one. I did the Trident, and this will be my smaller desktop machine that'll be sitting right over here pretty much all the time. It does look goog. Tessa, my daughter's name is Tessa with 2 S's. So I like your name, Tessa. How many millimeters per second? Well, let's check what it's telling us. Looks like... I mean, it says 600, but we all know it's not actually. Does it say on the display? No. So there's 24 minutes left, and we're only 15 minutes into it. It's 40%. Is there a way to read out the speed? I don't think so. But I mean, you can judge by the accelerations that are happening. 7,000. 5,000. It's pretty fast. I don't know. It's not always about just the sheer speed. Oh, here we go, right here. So it looks like we're in the 140s. It can't, you know, the files are small. It doesn't have space to go. So the acceleration's gonna play a bigger role. Yeah, like right there, there's a 450 right there. Yeah, I mean, you can hear it flying. Cool. Yeah, like, I guess I expected it to start probing and stuff, so it just started printing and went so fast. It's in the upper panel there, too. Oh, this, right? Yeah. Oh, up here. Oh, yeah. Right here. Yep. Oh, look at the flow, right. It tells you, right. Of course. Yeah. Pretty good. Looks like it'll finish at 1150. That's pretty cool. Let's go back to this view. I can't believe it has camp pre-installed. Back here. I don't see camp here though. Usually there's a camp folder. And then also, like, it would have, like, line purge would be really nice if it included. Also, yes, the Wi-Fi connection is slow. Not always, but this is normal for this machine. The other one does it too. So see it here, it has include adaptive mesh. It should technically have include line purge.cfg as well. So I guess if this is here, it's just hidden. Oh yeah, it is hidden. There's no funnel here. There's no little funnel. So this isn't a vanilla clipper. There's changes here. Adaptive mesh is what they called it. Right, I know. But usually there's a camp folder with like settings. But it looks like they kind of hid some things away. Like I said, you can't always think of that as a negative. You got to think about it. How they're shipping a ton of these machines, right? And the people that don't know what they're doing get a hold of Clipper. I mean, even like this, they can ruin it very fast. but you can accidentally mess up the entire machine very quickly. Like I think some people, you know, look at it as a negative thing, but they have to make it somewhat, you know, tuned down. I guess someone like me, that like I want to change things myself, but you can't. You know, I understand why they did it. What is camp? Camp is adaptive meshing. So it will only mesh the part where it needs to print, Eric. So for example, if you printed a benchy on a large printer, instead of doing an entire bed mesh, just before the print, it'll just mesh right where the benchy is going to be, and then it will print. And then another thing that camp does, there's a bunch of little things, but one of the other ones that's really nice is it makes a purge really close to the actual print. Instead of doing like a line somewhere else and then traveling, it'll do it right next to the print. It's this little like kind of blobby line, and then it'll go really quickly and start printing. And it's usually just a thing that you install into Clipper yourself, but the fact that they did it here, that's awesome. That was one of my suggestions to them was in the first one, is to update the Clipper firmware, or the Clipper version itself, so that we can run camp, and they did it. I'm not saying they listened to me, but it's cool. It's pretty cool. I set up the tablet for live feed, so I'm watching my printer and your printer. Printerception. I think it includes line purge. Well, it didn't. It didn't line purge. Obviously, I have to set that up in the print start macro, but still. So you would have include. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's like include line_purge.cfg, and then you would have to go to let's type in start. In the start macro right here, yeah, they have nothing in it. In here, you would add on the bottom. Wow, there's nothing in here? I'll have to copy this from my machine. Oh wait, my machine's on. How can I show this to you guys? Hold on, let me grab the IP of the other machine. Bookmarks, printer, X+3. There we go. Let's come over here. Let's throw that in. More access to the inexperienced can result in elevated service calls. Right, exactly, Steven. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't complain too much because they have to service these. And if it was full unlocked with everything there, they could definitely run into some issues. What the? That was weird. What? I'm trying to connect to my other machine. You can also see that from Qidi Slicer. Oh yeah. What's going on here? What did I do? Okay, here we go. There we go. It just took a little minute. All right. So in here, let's go to mine. Nope. Other machine's jealous, yeah. Yeah, this is what I mean, by the way. So that machine is lower and further away from my Wi-Fi router. So you can see, like, it has an actual effect. Yeah, like, this is mine. Like, I went in here and labeled everything. So everything is, like, in sections that make sense. Here, let me go to macros. Yeah, so here's my print start. And I don't have camp on this machine because you can't. What, is my Trident on? My Trident isn't on. I guess I could definitely get it from there. But yeah, I will get all of this from my other machine and put it in there. I'm kind of surprised actually that it's not, to be honest with you. Yeah, see, this doesn't have it either, so they like disable it. They disable the little preview. Oh well. Let's see how many people are in here and how long we have. So 33 entries, pretty good odds. How's the print doing? Pretty spot on, I gotta say. I know it's just PLA. Everything can print PLA. Also, there's some more little changes I've just spotted. So, on top of here, oh, right there, you guys see that little, oh, almost got my finger in there. You guys see that little plastic piece right there on top of the bearing? That little piece is not on the old machine. Yeah, that whole area is a little bit updated. I wonder what that is. Can I get my finger in there? It's a little rubber O-ring of some sort. Oh, looks like the... Okay, so that's different. So the lead screw itself... Okay, so that's different. The lead screw is different. This has a lot of little changes. I'm going to have to make a video on all of the changes. It has... the lead screw tapers off to a smaller... what's it called? Cylinder. And that cylinder has a rubber grommet around it, and then it goes into a different size bearing. So on the old machine, the lead screw just goes through a bearing. Late night, hello from Denmark. Hey, how you doing, Sun Turtle? Can you update your old machine to the new Qidi version so would have camp? That's actually a good question. I think so. I think... Well, let's check. So, I mean, this doesn't say that this is version 2, right? Technically speaking, hardware-wise, there's no fan, but that's it. Hardware-wise, the old machine is technically the same. So yes, to answer your question, yes. I think I could do that. I probably will. You know, I have the configuration backed up, so I can always get back to it. Have you made the boat? I have not made the boat. I decided to slice my own file really quickly. So I'm actually printing something useful for this. Looks like a park position for transport. Which park? Oh, the little O-ring? No, it's just like an isolator for vibrations. Which is also cool. "5:34 a.m. That is early. Yeah, I mean... What negative things... do you guys have any questions about the machine? I'm having a hard time picking out negatives here. The main negative is that the filament spool is in the back. You can just not put it back there. There's a printable piece you can add to the side, or you can have it on the side. I use this. I 3D printed these from Printables. They're really, really robust filament spool holders, and I have this sitting on the side with the filament on it, and it just runs from the side. You don't have to put it on the back. What other negatives? I wish the plexiglass was straight and not curved. I wish the Wi-Fi was a little bit faster, but that's just the dongle. You can quite literally buy a different Wi-Fi dongle and put it in there if that's a problem for you. It obviously doesn't have any negative impact on functionality. Man, I'm gonna have to really focus on thinking of negatives. It's large. It's a very large machine. I think it's quieter than the rest. I think this is quieter than the K1 and quieter than the old one. What's the external vibration like? The little tiny KP3S Pro V2, I think, had more vibration than this. It also has brand new rubber legs, and I think that's probably helping it isolate from the table. It didn't come with beer. That is a #1 complaint that I have. Hey John, how are you? Does it have Ethernet? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, that's one thing I should probably run here. So my router is upstairs, up kind of in this corner, but upstairs. And I do have an Ethernet cable running down to a gaming PC that's in the other side here. So I can definitely just run another cable and put a separate Wi-Fi like LAN for just the printers. And I've thought about doing it, but that's just another thing I gotta set up and do, and there's not enough time in the day. How big is it in feet? Ben, in which way? I don't have my I don't have my thing. In which way? Like just the outside dimensions? So I think we can probably figure that out. I can't imagine how big the X Max 3 is. It's got to be just crazy. There's like full-on stats back here. Here we go. 553 millimeters in inches. Or is it centimeters? No, it's millimeters. So the largest is... Wow. Wait, where's the outside? X-Plus. Largest dimensions 529. It's kind of hard to believe, but yeah, I guess it makes sense. 529 millimeters in inches. 20 inches? Is that true? No, that's not true. Yeah, wait. Here's 12. Yeah, that's actually quite accurate. So the largest dimension is 20, but it's a cube. It's a 20 by 20 cube, so it seems very large. Yeah, the X Max is just crazy. The Flying Bear printer you have, how is it to print with? Great. It's not a speed demon, and I just got Clipper on it, but I haven't actually tuned it with Clipper. But yeah, I have a perfect ABS profile on it. So if I'm not in a hurry where I just need to print from a few machines, that is my second machine that I go to. My X-Plus 3 has been the first, actually the third, because the second is definitely the Trident. And the reason why the X-Plus 3 is because I've been printing ABS on it forever, for much longer than any other machine. So it's kind of been a set it and forget it machine. And this, with all the bracing, is going to be even more so. X-Max 22 wide, 25 deep. Oof. That's a big boy. Yeah, so I also have an X Smart. I never actually unboxed it because when these started having issues, I kind of wanted to just wait. And technically speaking, if I get the new hot end on that machine and the new sensor on this, that machine is also going to be a great little desktop printer. So I need to look into that. I definitely need to make a Hodo holder for this thing. Is it precise when it prints? Been looking at Flying Bear Reborn 2. So the Reborn 2 is in a box just off camera here. Yeah, it's just as accurate as everything else. Like, they can all be extremely accurate. It's how quick they do that, right? It's all erase. Yeah, I can get some amazing prints from it. Any belt printers in your future? No. I think they're the use case for them is too specific. I don't think I'll have. I want to win at some point because it was like a fun thing, but then Core XY happened. If you think about it, the bed slingers take up a similar amount of cubicle space. Yes, it's true, because the bed oftentimes moves past the printer itself. Plus, the spool usually hangs off one side, the screen hangs off the other side. Stu, you're right. For example, Stu, actually, you know, on my here, if you look over here, this is how much space an Aquila takes up, a Voxelab Aquila. It takes up almost the entire square inside of here. The K1 is also in here, the same amount of space, but it has room on the sides. This is a 300 by 300 Trident. Yes, it couldn't height-wise fit down there, but technically speaking, it's sitting on the same platform as that Voxelab Aquila. So we're talking about a 300 by 300 machine that just has better space management. So yeah, you're definitely right. Make a Hodo holder? Yes. That's modeled from Hodor. Yes, the Hodo holder. The Hodor holder. That's good. That's good. I like that. Nice. When are you doing the build? Probably the next live stream. We will unbox it and check it out. It needs to be built, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get into that on a live stream or not, because I really want to get into the Voron build, and I want to start that first. So we'll see what that unboxing is like and what it's all about, but that thing is interesting. I'm also still waiting on the... Actually, it should have come today. Let me check the tracking. I was supposed to get the PI sheet and the auto bed leveler for it. Because I think, in my personal opinion, that machine needs to have those two to be like a modern machine. You're not going to buy that big of a printer, 330 by 330, I think, without having auto bed leveling. Arriving the 17th, so tomorrow. Looks like tomorrow that'll get here. So yeah, I should be ready for next week's unboxing live stream for that. Not even a baby belt? They're so cute. Is there a baby belt? Like, I mean, like an Ender 3 size, you mean? Yeah, Truggy. The baby belt? That's what I just did. Prints look good. Is it too bright on the screen? Let me tweak that a bit. There we go. That's a little better. Let's see how autofocus does for us. Nice. Cool. We can even do this. Which is what I should have done in the first place. Pretty good. Man, I love these cameras. Oops. Didn't mean to click that. What time we got? So there's 13 minutes left, guys. If you're just popping in here, 36 of you guys have entered the chance to win a free spool of PLA Plus by 3D Max. Go ahead and jump into the pinned comment at the top of the chat and jump in here. It's 12 minutes left. and I will be picking a when the print is done and we check it out afterwards. I will be picking a winner. You have to be present, and you have to be in the United States to receive the roll of Filament. Just wanted to see if I'm still getting all the messages. Oh, I missed all these messages. That happens sometimes. There's a glitch. Alright, hold on. Let me go back. Rob Mink is a designer, mostly 3D printed. Oh, that's cool. Hey, print's done? Print completed. Time spent, 39 minutes. It's just gonna sit there at the top like that? Oh, because there's no end... There's no end thing for it? We need to move that. Oh, right, it's not homed. Interesting. So there's no procedure for this. Can I do it here? Z down. All the axes need to be homed. Nope, don't home. Okay, well that's weird. That needs to have a end macro put in to move this thing up or over. That's really strange that it just went to 0 and lost its homing position. I'm just gonna pop this out. See if I can move it. Oh, okay. Can I move this? Oh, the bed can just I can just move the bed. Alright, we got the prints. Let's check them out. Why don't we? Hold on. Will it be better lighting if I put my hand down here? It's probably too much light. Look at that shine. Let me catch up on the chats. How's the Voron going? The Trident is great. I was just using it, and a wire broke inside of the cable chain, like I was saying in my video. I soldered some wires trying to save some money. Shouldn't have done that. I didn't know that you can't solder wires inside of a cable chain, so that's happening. So I'm gonna do just CAN bus. Next time I work on it at all, I'm just gonna do not CAN bus. I'm gonna do USB through a CAN bus. To get rid of all the wire chains completely, no wires for any of the sensors, but otherwise it's been amazing. I really, really love that machine. It's probably my favorite machine. Have been after him to do the Reborn 2 for weeks now on Discord. Yeah, I'm doing it. I have it here. Just getting to it. Smaller than Ender 3. Wow, okay. The belt, baby belt's really cool. I gotta check that out. I need to ship a container for the room. Yeah. No heated bed. Interesting. Which camera is that? These are by a company called OBS Bot. The one that follows me around is a gimbaled camera called the Tiny 4K, and the one I'm using here that has kind of like a manual gimbal is called the Meat 4K. Looks good. That'd be really nice for Maker Deck. Yes. Can I insert for from EU? No, unfortunately not. They told me that it's US only. Sorry guys, just catching up with these. Can we see inside the print? Yes, 1 second. Have a mellow CAN board. The connections are so tiny. Oh yeah, I have the EBB 36 by Big Tree Tech. Inside, here's inside. I mean, look, this is the spot where it stopped and didn't move. I bet if I used their slicer, it would have worked. I guarantee you they have their own predetermined things in there. This tests cooling really well, right here. I would say that's pretty dang good. See what the top layers look like? Super smooth. no purge, so it started so quickly. Here's the thing. Let's see how it fits. And move the chat. By the way, 40 minutes. These two pieces. Looks like we need a little bit of cleanup on that little piece, so let's do that. Where's that bottom layer? This one? Yep, perfect. Let's go ahead and put it up here where I want it. Oh yeah, even better fit up there. These are gonna get moved. And now I should be able to put on. Can these go on it? No. That's what I wanted to put there. I need some wrench holders. Okay, let's check how the glue one is. Let's see, where am I going to put it? It's down here. Maybe this one? Yeah, it looks like the bottom just needs just a hair of cleanup. Nothing the ones that I have on there didn't need rather. Yeah, sweet. Boom. Let's see if the glue sticks fit. I got these Elmer's purple glue sticks. Perfect. Let's see, is there a better spot for this? Let's see. Be here, we go lower. No, because this thing goes there. I guess that was the best spot. Here I'm not going to put anything because I want to print another one of these. I guess it's going here somewhere. Maybe right here would be pretty good. Alright, we'll just put it right here for now, and then I can always mess with it later. Cool, just a couple little wiggles. There, I can probably zoom in. Left-handed. It's always so weird. Yeah, cool. One way it fits. This one fits a little better. Depends on the other prints. So yeah, good stuff. There we go. Weird that I have to show an L to do that, right? Like a fist or maybe like one of these would have been funny. Can you imagine if one of the gestures on the camera was to do this? That's UX. How much time do we have left? Let me get the chat back. Browser. 4 minutes. 4-minute warning, everybody. I think the most people we've had enter is 44. Not bad. Can you make a Prusa test single sheet plastic whole bed used? Yes. I'm not going to do that now because we won't have enough time before the stream's over, because this is usually, you know, the first test, initial, you know, reaction, initial prints is usually where I like to keep it for the very first thing. But yes, I can print one of those, and I'm going to do a video on all the changes because I feel like there's quite a bit. Let's do a little homing. Yeah, like I feel like I'm going to make that much faster. Looks like it wants to save the offset. I'm not going to do it, but also I thought I was supposed to like reboot the machine, but I'm going to have to go through that entire process anyway because I'm going to do the firmware update. Let's do an unzoom. Yeah, sweet. Well, found out I can't use Clipper. The web interface isn't fully usable. Couldn't load a print nor get a print started. Oh man. With the special software you're using, Grey Wolf. That's not cool. That's kind of weird. Which part of it doesn't work? Just out of curiosity. Possibilities are endless. Cool prints. A little heart with hand. Have you seen the Anchor Make 3D printer? Yes, both of them. It's too fancy. Yeah, I think it's a great move. So I have this one buddy that would love to be in 3D printing, but he doesn't want to do the printer part. Even when Bamboo Lab came out and the K1, and I kind of showed him that, hey, you can just open up Slicer firmware, drag in a file, and for the most part, get prints. Even that was kind of discouraging. Like, he wants to select the print and have it come out. And I think that it is probably the closest by a landslide to what that experience is like for someone like my buddy. So yeah, I could just imagine him going on Instagram or TikTok, whatever, seeing some cool thing, opening up this app, seeing if it's in there or not, and clicking print, and the machine just prints. That's the latest from Anchor Make. So not for everybody, but it's definitely something for the general public, and probably, in my opinion, at least based on what I've seen, probably the closest that we've gotten so far to an appliance style, interaction. He wants a toaster. Yes, he wants a toaster. Nothing against him. Smart guy. Cool dude. Known him forever. But that's why he never got into 3D printing. I had other friends get into 3D printing, learn it, even get into design, make their own stuff for their house, like all kinds of cool stuff. One guy designed his own thing and sells that product now. So it's just who you are. Like, he just doesn't want to get into that level of hobby, and that's fine. It's all USB-C, yeah. You can't read minds. He's gonna have to get an STL and load it from somewhere. Yes, Steven, but it's an app on your phone, and that's the only way to use it. Like, I don't know if you've looked into it, Steven, but it's you open an app on your phone, and it has a ton of files on there that are already G-code files. They're not STLs. Like you have in your thing, it says he's going to have to get an STL. Nope. They're already pre-sliced for the machine exactly. All you do is just click print, and then it does it. As long as you put the filament in there, which is also automated. So this guy has never used like Microsoft Word. I mean, he's a really talented web developer. So yes, he's definitely done it. Got a sheet of paper with words in it. You mostly never have to deal. It depends on who you are. But no, you don't need to. You don't need to do settings when you're printing something on a 2D printer. You can just hit print and have it come out. I've known him since we were kids. He's a very smart dude. He just doesn't want the hobby. He wants to print cool things. Probably like laserjet printing sort of thing. Yes, but this is even simpler. There are 10-year-olds slaving away slicing STLs for Anchor Make. Maybe. That's funny. Alright guys, let me do like a wrap up. First, let me go back to the contest. Oh, it's ended. Okay. How many people got in? Okay, 39 people. Cool. Let me do a wrap up and then we'll choose somebody. Or should we choose somebody and then do wrap up? Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's choose our winner and then we will wrap up what's happened. Slicing them by hand. Alright, as usual, I'm gonna go to the back end side of Gleam.io here. Winner unpicked. I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna click draw winner. And we're gonna pick up one winner, hit draw. Okay, we have our winner. You are in the United States. Announce winner with avatar. Bada bing, bada boom. John V, congratulations. Congratulations, you have won a roll of filament from 3D Max. Let me know if you're in the chat. Yes, congrats. John V, let me know if you're in the chat. I know there's a delay. I know you could have stepped out. Bot name. Yeah, where's Chad? So, John, let me know if you're in here so you can claim. Truggy, is it you? Here we go again with you guys tricking me every time. Every single pool. Oh, let me check what information I have. Plug and play is what a lot of people want. Yes. So John V, the winner of this filament roll. Hey, okay. All right, Truggy. I'm sorry, I didn't wanna get tricked again, because you've been here when people try to trick me. Congratulations, man. You've been to a lot of these things, so I'm really happy that you finally got one of these. The answer to the question was, what was the question? Is there an easy way for me to see the full question so I can read it? What was the question? Oh, I have to like go to the competition. Finished. To click it. Where? I mean, I see all the answers, but I wanted to read the actual question that I picked. There we go. How to enter question. So the question was, do you trust new machines to keep your privacy private? Why or why not? That was the question to you guys. And let's see what the winner wrote. How do I get out of here? Okay, finished. So the answer, Truggy's answer was... Oh, come on. Here we go. Not really. So he does not trust them. But then again, I've accepted Alexa and Siri. That's true. That is true. We've all kind of accepted a lot of those things. If you have an iPhone, you've accepted a bunch. Although Apple does like go out of their way to make sure that all that information is local. And if it's not local, it's not sold or used by anyone for any reason whatsoever. And you can opt out at any given moment. Yeah, we don't have that in 3D printing. We don't have a company like that yet. It seems like everyone just wants as much information as possible. Yeah, security, printer, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, where we're at now. These printers are getting smart. All of them have the internet. A lot of them have cameras, audio devices, all kinds of things. So, yeah, I trust Apple over Google, Amazon, or Facebook. Yes, yes, same. In fact, Apple has their own chips on board that are just for security. The T2, T4, T3, whatever they are. Literally, like, they have so much dedicated to your personal security. Trust no one. Oh, you know, that's true. But that they are the closest to earn trust. And I know a lot of people are like, hell no, I hate Apple. That's everything. Another great stream, Feder. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Papa. But yes, Truggy, what I was trying to say earlier was, you know, I've seen you in here a whole bunch, so I'm really happy that you finally won. Send me an email to Feder, F-E-D-O-R, Feder, at 3dprintsos.com. You know, I know your actual email because of the entry, and I know your location, but send me an email there with your filament. Go on their website, 3dmax.com, and find a in-stock PLA Plus. Let me know the roll and your address, and I will send it over to them probably tomorrow or the day after. And they will send that over to you, and we will go from there. So congratulations on the win, and shoot me an email, and we'll go from there. Time for this old man to go to bed. Been a long day. I appreciate you spending your last moments in the day with us, man. You know? Now go get some rest. And have some warm milk, you old man. I don't mean to directly make fun of the people that literally support me. But I did. It's all in good fun. Printing their brown PLA right now. Looks like milk chocolate. Yes. Print a literal Hershey bar. Like, print a Hershey bar. I think I used that chocolate on the interior of this thing. Yeah, I think this is chocolate in here. Can this open further? Yeah. Let's see if I can get this thing to zoom in that far. That is chocolate. The seats look like chocolate. Bought a 10-pack PLA Plus. It's been great. Yeah. Yes. Did you guys see their new stuff? They have... carbon fiber ABS, carbon fiber PLA, and carbon fiber ASA, and carbon fiber PETG. That's pretty rad. Carbon fiber PLA, yeah. Just looks cool. It's a filament for looking cool. Carbon fiber ASA and ABS. Now we're talking. Usable, cool looking. And then PETG, you know, it's for people that like PETG. Also, there's a new silk filament that's out. It's pretty cool. Funny because that's what I'm printing, was going to prank my grandson. Chocolate bar? Nice. You do such good live streams. One more great stream. Hey, I appreciate that, Kayla. Thank you very much. I'm glad they're like fun and engaging. Like I said before, like statistics-wise, only 2% of my entire subscriber base watches my live streams. And that's even after, like, 2% of people care about the live stream. So thank you guys for being here. It's probably cheap compared to others. Yes, it is cheap compared to others. And don't forget, I have a 5% off coupon. 3D Print SOS gives you 5% off their already ridiculous prices, no matter the quantity that you buy. So you can get quite the deal. And Polymaker, I don't know if you guys are still in here, but thank you very much for being a part of the stream. I had a lot of fun seeing you guys here. I appreciate it. Alright guys, let's do a little wrap up of what we saw in the stream. Like I said, I think I'm going to have to really dig deep for negatives here. There was some funky stuff with print start and print end. Obviously, you never want your print to end on top of your filament, on top of your print, or your print head to end on top of your print. But in their defense, they have their own slicer that I did not use. They have their own latest firmware that I did not use. So I went pretty custom right out of the, directly first print. So you got to keep that in mind. With that said, that was a really smooth print. I loved seeing all the changes. The changes on the back are probably some of my favorite. Obviously, having all of this metal down here is great. But having that chamber fan, which by the way I didn't have set up in my profile, you could have an additional auxiliary fan. Technically speaking, that fan pulling air out for PLA would be great. You want every fan on moving air. Yeah, this is quite the improvement. I don't have any long-term things that I can say. I didn't switch between different types of filaments, which is where the old one kind of dies because of the chamber heating issue. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this thing. It looks like it stopped all the motors. Can I, oh wait, I was supposed to press that button. Oh well, it'll home again. The screen didn't have all kinds of funky issues. What are the coolnesses there? Yeah, I mean, I dig it. The one thing that it should be able to see, I think. Why is that file red? Is that just saying because it's my own? I don't know. I wonder, by the way, if we started it... Oh! I bet that if I started the file from the screen, it would have injected its own things in it. Like, for example, the bed leveling that's checked here. I bet you it would have done it then. Because the screen runs its own Clipper firmware. And it injects its own stuff into the machine. I bet you if I started it from here, it would have done it. I almost want to try, but I don't need these files. I'll try on the next print. So I think, as much as I don't want to cram my schedule already, I'm gonna do a video on this, probably showcasing and talking about each one of these differences that I see between the two. I think the major ones we kind of gone over. I bet there's more. And I wonder if they're outlined somewhere. Maybe you guys have seen it somewhere. That'd be nice. Oh, a lot of messages. Hold on, let me check. Maybe it's in the start ng code. Yeah, there is no start ng code. It's empty. So they inject their own, which that's how they ran this screen. That's why I was saying earlier, on the old machine, I don't know about this one, but it sounds like it is. Anything that you do regarding leveling and Z offset, you want to do on that screen, even though you obviously can do all of it in Clipper. The moment that you touch the screen and do anything Z offset wise, it adds it in on top of the settings that you changed in Clipper. That's been the problem with that one. I tried to explain it in one of my videos that I did on that machine. So for example, if you went into Clipper and did Z probe, whatever, probe offset, whatever, I can't remember off the top of my head, probe, calibrate, you did all those things, everything is set up how you normally would on any other Clipper machine, and then you started a print and something was wrong, and you went on the screen and did Z offset live while it was printing, the next time you go to print, it actually adds that on top and it destroys the bed. You know how I know? I have 2 of these. I have 2 of those. That's how I know. So, that's how I figured it out. I literally sacrificed the bed just trying to figure out why it crashes on the second print, and that's what ended up happening. Then I found out that because this runs its own firmware, essentially, this thing does its own thing and it injects files, and it just makes it simpler for them to be able to control it. I kind of said it like it was a negative, but they want you to use this screen, they want you to use their software, their firmware, and that way they can make an experience for you. And essentially what I was doing was I was taking a machine, I was like, I know better than you, and doing it myself. So I'm going to try not to do that with this one, and I'll stick to all the custom stuff on that machine. So many benchies, I will have so many more. Oh, let me show you guys, speaking of benchies. So these are the things, you can't see them over there because it's all black, but there's over a spool of black filament in there. I'm printing these on the K1. Essentially, there's a little shelf that I'm going to be putting on the bottom of that shelf so that I can move the benchies down. And there's a little hook that will hold not only benchies hanging, but also benchies sitting. So that doubles the amount of benchy space that I have, because what you guys can't see up there is there's 2 levels of benchies. Because I'm a psychopath. So I want to get organized. So that's what's going on there. I think I need to only print 1 more, and I'll probably do that tonight before I go to bed. I'll just set that print up to go, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so many benchies, more coming. I think it's on the back, John. Can be moved, but could be moved with a printed spool holder. Where is the filament spool? Yes, sorry, it's on the back. It can be moved. I just print from the side. But yeah, there's a holder that you can print that moves it to the side. And I prefer the 454, not 451. Oh, okay. Took me a second there. Don't want to use in old horses and ambulances. Nice. 451 with a 6-cylinder engine from around 1939. Good times. My grandfather had one. Nice. Had a 5-inch bore. Neat. The red means that it was printed. Oh, really, Byron? I didn't know that. That's cool. My old one does not do that. My print will be done at 5 p.m. Nice. Make sure you share it over in the Discord. Gotta get some shut-eye. Email sent. Thanks again. Printer has promise. If I didn't have the Trident, it'd be on the table. Yeah. It's definitely good. And congrats on the win. I'm glad to see you win, buddy. And thank you for being here as always. Last printed. Yeah, cool. I didn't know. Nice. Oh my god, I need that. Oh, the little benchy holder. Yeah, they're cool. And you can mount it in different ways too. You can mount it on the back and on the bottom, depending on where you're going to put it. So it's pretty neat. But guys, let's do a little conclusion. Like I said, I think that I'm really excited about all the changes that they did to this machine. I'm excited to continue printing with it and seeing where it goes. As you guys can see, I have to unfortunately cull a series of printers. I have completely run out of space. I'm literally just surrounded. I have nowhere to walk. So I'm gonna have to get rid of some to be able to put things down. You know, I don't need 2 of these, but I'm gonna move one of them to my office. It's been such a reliable machine, and I often want to print while I'm at work, but can't because I'm not here. And I have a couple machines there, but it's probably time to upgrade those. So I'm probably gonna move my old one to there after I do a review and compare them thoroughly. But yeah, this is a really cool redemption for Qidi. Hopefully I've answered questions for those that had it. If you guys are interested in this machine, please use the affiliate links down in the description. You guys have no idea how much it helps. That's the only way that somebody can make money right now on YouTube, because YouTube does not pay much, if at all. It pays a fraction of a cost what they did last year. So affiliate links are pretty much going to be the only way any YouTuber is going to be making any money. So if you guys would like to support and you're interested in purchasing 3D related products, please use my links down from my descriptions of the videos. They help tremendously. The other way, if you don't need products like that, is obviously Patreon or YouTube memberships. Those also help tremendously because they're pretty much direct, outside of, you know, Patreon taking their chunk and YouTube taking their chunk. The cool part about affiliate links is they don't take a chunk from anywhere. It's just that I get a small chunk. That's the cool part about affiliate links. Like, obviously Patreon and YouTube memberships are amazing. You guys get to see videos early, talk to me directly, like that type of thing. But the fact that if, let's say, you give $1, I'm not actually getting $1. I'm getting like half that, right? I think in some cases maybe even less. So even though it's very direct, without any kind of messing about or getting any like direct physical thing, that part is really great. The affiliate links is really the bread and butter, and I don't really push them that much, but I think I have to at this point. Let's see. I still haven't gotten a print out of the Ender 5 that would show anybody. Really? It's like they were printed on a string layer lines, so visible. Interesting. You must have something loose or a misalignment of the wheels, something along those lines. Something doesn't sound like it's in the right place. A machine for making filaments from failed prints could be a cool review. Yes, there's a lot of those. They make PET and PETG. My nemesis. Yes, I've thought about doing this for a while, but that's a somewhat large project, and I just have too many right now to be able to commit. Take them to Earth and sell them, give them away. Yeah, that's definitely an option. So one of my objectives with Earth is just to hang. I don't actually want to work. I know Creality's been trying to reach out to me to join, I think, like a panel that they're doing. I'm actually not sure of any details, but Creality will be there, and one of their representatives will be there, and I think they wanted, I guess, me to spend some time over at their booth or something. I'm not sure. And technically I will, like, you know, I like working with any company that's, you know, that has my back. But I definitely want to go to Earth just to hang out. I don't want to go there to work. Like, this is a hobby for me. Even though I can make some money from it, I want it to remain a hobby. I want it to still remain fun that way. So that's what I want to do with Earth. Maybe it'll change after I go to my first one. But I kind of just want to hang out, chill, look at the things that are there, talk to some people, hand out some of my stickers if you guys see me. You know, that type of thing. But yeah, that is not a bad idea. I know Nathan will have a table, and he said I could use one. It just means I have to, like, set things up and have a schedule and make announcements and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of want to go and enjoy the event. Maybe that's selfish. I guess that's selfish. But John, I also sell the machines that at a really heavy discount, at least 50% off on my Discord. Yeah, if you can get a PID tune, it doesn't compete. Okay, good. Say what makes sense. Okay, I just did it. Do you have an affiliate link for the Soval SV06? I do. And for the Flying Bear, yes, I do. So the latest video I did, actually no, not the very latest. The past video I did on the SV06, there's links there, as well as other SV06 videos I did. And then the Reborn 2 I don't have directly because I still haven't unboxed it, but I have Flying Bear affiliate links. And if you get from the Ghost 6, so in that same video with the SV04, you can get a link to that, and then, you know, it'll count towards purchasing anything from that affiliate link. Sun Turtle, I appreciate that. You can meet Sam Prentice. Yes, I'm sure he'll be there. He's a hoot. I bet. Admittedly, I haven't known of him that long until the Creality videos came out, and I know he went really hard on the content for those. But yeah, I'm down. I'm not the most like outgoing social butterfly. I am definitely a weird hermit, so it's gonna be super awkward for me. And I'm like already kind of anxious about it a bit, but you know, it's cool. I'll make it work. That could be cool, helping Creality. I don't know if they want it to be like I said, I don't want to work. If they want me to come in there and hang out in a little group while people ask questions or something like that, yeah, I will honestly answer anything. Well, they might not like how honestly I answer things, but I'll be super honest. I have nothing against them at all. My first printer was Ender 3, so I don't owe them anything, obviously, but I still think that that's cool. Working with a company, not working with them, they wouldn't pay me anything, but being around the company, I guess, that got me into this whole thing, I think that's pretty cool. If they cut back on cash through YouTube, you need to push that. Yeah, I mean, YouTube, so like I said, I think I made 1/16 the amount of money I did from YouTube as I did last year. YouTube itself, the ads have been cut so much, I make almost nothing. I nearly broke even on just having the channel and doing stuff on the channel and sending things and paying for stuff to make content with YouTube. So that's not the part that makes money on here. It's just gonna have to be the affiliate links. So enjoy it. So it's your first. Yeah. I think that's kind of connections. Yeah, like fun connections. Like I just want to chat. Is there gonna be alcohol? Can I have a beer? If there isn't, I'm gonna have to leave to have a beer. I'm gonna have a beer. Also, there's places nearby, like bars. Not even bars, there's breweries all over the place nearby. Time for bed. Thank you for jumping in. It's already 12:26. Wow. Still on the fence from driving up from North VA. Yeah, it's kind of like in a desolate area. Isn't it? Not desolate. That's the wrong word. Desolate is the wrong word. English is so hard. There's not much in that area at all. You kind of have to go a little bit, like maybe 20 minutes out to get to... Well, maybe, I don't know. I guess it depends where you're coming from. No alcohol on premise? Boo. Yes, it is. It is a college. It's a community college. I have to make a Discord account, but I'll post my yeah. Jump into the Discord. There's invites in any description. It's worth it. It's a cool platform to just hang around and chat. It's not a social media. It's like literally a running chat, almost kind of like old school ICQ style, where there is threads and stuff like forums, but it's not really for that. It's just to have Discord. It's the chat. It's essentially like chatting with like-minded people. Putting in a phone amplifier. Nice. Yeah, those are cool. Have to go by. See ya, Caleb. JP, you missed the whole thing. It's over. I just did the conclusion and everything. Okay, everybody. Almost 12:30. 2 minutes out. I had a lot of fun. Great machine. Definitely looking forward to testing it more. First prints were fantastic. Put them to use right away. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in. I appreciate you as always. All right, I think I'm out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Right? See y'all in the comments. Later.